What's up, you guys? What's going on? How you doing on this Friday afternoon? I hope well. What is going on? I'm gonna give you guys a few minutes since I didn't tell nobody I was going live. So I'm gonna give you guys a few minutes to get up in here. Turn that to vibrate. Let me know that I just went live. Welcome. Get up in here. Another good one. Another really good one. I'm gonna give it about 3 minutes. Give people a chance to see that I'm on live and get a chance to get up in here before I get started. So we got about 2 more minutes and then we're gonna go. Welcome. Happy Friday. I remember you used to say that a lot. When I was working, I used to say that all the time. Ooh, thank God it's Friday. Happy Friday, all that kind of stuff. It's just funny. It's funny to say it now because it's just Friday. Friday's not even special. It just made to seem like that when you're working. It seems like, oh, thank God it's Friday. It's so funny to think about today. What's going on, Scant? How you doing? New favorite channel. I appreciate it. All right, we got about another minute and a half. We're gonna get started. I got so much to teach, especially you young people, man. You guys get this info I'm telling you right now. You're gonna be rich, man. What's up, Mr. McMillan, excuse me. Mr. McMillan, what's going on? The younger you are to get this info, man, hey, you're gonna thank me for the rest of your life. I promise you. For the rest of your life, you're gonna thank me. I'm unlike any other, and I'm not even bragging. That's not even this. The reason why I'm not bragging, because I'm gonna tell you something so you can understand why one would believe it's bragging. Always remember this. My math will always be right. Anything that I suggest to you, my math will always be right. Always. Okay? And you can double check it yourself. This is why I sound the way I do. It's such an empowering feeling. But I know I'm going uphill. What's up, Taboo? Julio? Quentin, what's going on, man? Welcome. All right, 3 minutes in. We're gonna go ahead and get started. What's up, E-Man? What's going on, man? My name is LJ Young, and I am a 100% debt-free motivational speaker and personal finance educator. I help people become financially free by helping them financially see outside what I call the debt matrix. The debt matrix is a place where everybody lives that believes in credit and debt and financing everything that goes down in value and still can't figure out why they're living paycheck to paycheck. Just can't figure it out. But they keep financing phones and cars and watches and they can't figure out why they're living paycheck to paycheck. Now, I'm not talking negative about you, I promise you, because I lived there for the first 40 years of my life, believing in all that stupid nonsense, credit bureaus, credit scores. You wasn't nobody without a college education. All that stupid, dumb crap is just made up. It's a made belief, right? All I did was one day I woke up and applied the math that I learned in grade school to my finances. Let me say that for you one more time. The only difference between me and you is I took the math that I learned in grade school and I applied it to my finances, and now I'm winning. It's that simple. This is why I sound the way I do. It's so simple. Anyway, now once I got out of debt, I discovered that I was living in the debt matrix. I was living there for the first, now what I do is I help people out of the debt matrix by exposing what I call glitches in the debt matrix. Okay. Glitches. And what is a glitch? Things that don't make mathematical sense but yet people keep doing them and think it's true, even though the math doesn't make sense. All right, now you're probably wondering, what am I talking about? All right, I'm gonna give you a couple of examples like I always do, because I want to bring you to the other side. All right, number one, believing that you're a homeowner with a 30-year mortgage. Math will clearly show you that's not true, but yet you believe it. Okay, that's the glitch. Let me say it one more time. Math will clearly show you that you're not a homeowner, you're actually a loan owner. So you own nothing. Math will show you this. But if you don't believe that, that's one of the glitches. You're like, wait a minute, how come I believe I'm a homeowner knowing that I didn't even have the money to buy it? That's the glitch. All right, I'm gonna tell you a couple more so you guys can get it. Believing that you got a financed car on sale, when math will clearly show you that if you finance it for 84 months, you didn't get it on sale. No one gets a finance car on sale. But if you believe that, knowing that the math will prove it to be true, that's the glitch. See what I'm saying? That's the glitch. You're like, wait a minute, why do I believe that? That's a glitch. Okay. Last glitch. You go to college for 4 years, but you pay on your student loans for 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 years, 60 years. Oh yeah, believe it. People got student loans in their 60s. I promise you. Okay. Don't be looking. And if you're in your 20s and your 30s and you hear me telling you that right now, if you keep it up, you're going to be in your 60s with those student loans. Okay. Talking about, oh my God, that's so crazy. Okay. Keep playing around. But anyway, the people that keep their student loans that long, believing it's normal. Only slaves go to college for 4 years and pay on their student loans for 20, 30. Do you get it? That's the glitch. That's what I do. That's how I help you guys on the other side. And all you got to do is just turn around and say, hey, LJ, I believe your mathematics. And that's it. Crazy, huh? Now, the title of this video, what is it? I have student loans and a mortgage, right? Only slaves believe that's normal. I promise you, only slaves do that. Only slaves buy houses with 20-year-old student loans. That doesn't make any mathematical sense in any country in the world, but people believe it's normal and they do it every single day. Pretty crazy. Now I'm gonna pull up this article so you guys can understand. I'm gonna read this article, but I'm gonna read it from the debt-free eyes. Okay, so you guys can understand something, because I really want you to see it. Because you slaves, you guys believe having mortgages and student loans is normal. Only slaves do that. I promise you. Okay, I'm gonna do a share screen. All right, we're gonna read an article together so you can understand why I chose this. Now, excuse me, Jay Holly inside of the Discord server posted this within the SMD Discord server. Okay, so let me do this. All right. All right, now I'm gonna read this article to you guys, and I'm gonna read it slow because I want you guys to. Okay, so put it this way. Now I'm gonna put the link in here. So you got here. Let me put the link right here. And you guys can read. I'm gonna put in the details of this video later, but I totally forgot to do it right now. So now I want you guys to now we're gonna read it section by section so you can understand. Because and when I call you guys slaves, I say that so it can get under your skin, so you can stop being one. Because as long as you're in debt, you're a slave. It doesn't matter how you feel about it. You're just a slave. And the sooner you accept it, the sooner you will be free. All right. So let's read this article. I have student loan debt, a mortgage, a growing family, and I'm relocating for work. How do I save for retirement? Now, the average person that reads that, you know what they're going to say? Hey, that's me. Of course it is. That's the majority of the slaves. That's why this article is attractive to you, because you are a slave. I am relocating for work. Yeah, millions of people are, because millions of jobs have been lost. Wow, that falls under the same umbrella as millions of people. Yep, they're only talking to slaves. How do I save for retirement? Only slaves believe they have an option to save for retirement while they're deep in debt. Only slaves believe that stupid nonsense. when I read this article, I know they're not talking to me because it's insulting. I know they're not talking to me. Now let's go on with the article, so you guys can understand what this person is saying and what you can't see when you're a slave. You don't see this. My wife and I are wondering how to begin growing our wealth. I am 34, make $96,000 a year. She's 33 and makes 45,000. We have a kid that's 1.5 years old at home, and plans for another in the near future. Already planning on another kid. They got one, and they're planning on another. Okay, just listen to this article very, very closely. Okay, and we're planning to have another. I have around 37,000 in student loans left, and we just opened a 30-year mortgage a year ago. Now, if he's 30 something years old having kids, he didn't just graduate, but so he's just, what he's telling you right there that the slaves don't see. Hey, I've been having $37,000 in student loans for at least 10 years. That's what he just told you, but slaves can't see that. You know what slaves see? That's me. Of course it is. Only slaves keep their student loans longer than going to college. And on top of his student loan, he added a 30-year mortgage. On top of his 10-year-old $37,000 student loans, minimum of 10 years. We have $15,000 in a traditional savings account. Okay, he believes he has $15,000 in a traditional savings account. This is what he believes. He believes that while having $37,000 in student loan debt. Now we're gonna do this on so you slaves can understand what I mean by that. Okay, let me show you something. This is what I see with these without even including the house. I'm going by what he just said. 15,000 minus 37,000 in debt. So he believes he has, now you guys listen closely. He believes he has $15,000 in a traditional savings account while having $37,000 in debt. Now I go 15, here we go with the grade school math. I go 15,000 minus 37,000 equals negative 22,000. This man is negative $22,000 in the hole, and that's not even including a 30-year mortgage. Why does he believe he has $15,000 in a traditional savings account? Because he is a slave. That's why he believes that. Now let's go on with the article. So remember, I'm letting you read it with debt-free eyes and see why it's attractive to you. If anything this article is saying and you say it's like me, that's the same position I am, because this article is for you. You're a slave. Okay, I have a pension through a public education, and she has a 401k with around $20,000 in it from an old job, and another one with a few $1,000s she opened up a year ago. She also has a Roth IRA family member for her recently $5,000 to muddy the waters. I will be searching for a new job next year, which will mean a move with all the trappings, a new mortgage that will put me somewhere around $130,000. She is planning to stay on home with the kids for a few years or work part-time. Not only are they going deeper in debt with another mortgage, she's going to stop working. So that's money coming out, even placing them even deeper in debt. Only slaves believe they have an option to do that while they're over with the house and his $37,000 in debt. They're getting close to like $200,000 in debt, if not more. But for some reason, when he moves, gets a new mortgage, and his wife stops working for the kids, you know how much deeper in debt they're going to go? He has not a clue of what he's saying. Only slaves talk like that. Our total take home spending different averages about $1,000 each month that we can save, invest, or put down. while being $200,000 in debt, he still believes that he has extra money, to $1,000 to save each month. Only slaves believe that. You can't save nothing when you're negative $200,000 in debt. Then he goes, the student loan has a 5.625 interest rate, but is suspended right now because of the CARES Act. So right now, the payment is $242 a month, or mortgage balance. Our mortgage balance is $192,000. I was way wrong. He's closer to $250. And monthly payment is about this $1,427, but we'll pay a little extra each month. You're in debt. You can't pay a little extra of anything. See what I'm saying, you guys? All you got to do is follow the math, and everything he's saying makes absolutely no sense. You cannot do anything while in the negative. Naming off like he's like, okay, and the student loan is a 5.625 interest rate. Why are you telling us that? You're $200,000 in debt. What are you talking about, a 5.625 interest rate? That doesn't apply to you. That doesn't even make any sense. Why even, you know why they put that in there? Because it sounds fancy. You hear about people in debt, they hear interest rates, it just blows their mind. They don't really understand it. It don't mean nothing when you're in a negative. He's talking about negative 5.625 interest rate. It's in a negative. That doesn't even exist. We'd love to refinance, but the closing costs aren't worth it since we're likely selling it next spring or summer. We got a good deal in a seller's market in our Nebraska town and did some minor upgrades to the house. I realized after 2 years interest, initial closing costs, maintenance, extra, we will be probably losing money on this house, but I'm optimistic we will walk away with $20,000. No, you won't. In the middle of a worldwide pandemic. He says we know we're going to be losing. Yeah, you're damn right. You're going to be losing. You're in the negative. Yes, of course you're going to be losing. But we're optimistic, so we'll walk away with. What do you mean? You know you're going to lose, or you're going to get $20,000. What are you talking about? My biggest concern is purchasing another house next summer. How to balance that with paying off this student loan and starting to save for retirement. Should we just sit tight and squirrel money away for a down payment rather than trying to invest in the current uncertain market? I'm nervous to tie a lot of it into retirement accounts. Damn, he doesn't make any sense. He accounts that I can't touch as well. Even I'm tempted to open a Roth IRA myself and fully fund it for 2019 and give the extended tax deadline year. Doing that right now would leave us less than 10. Oh my. You know how hard it is to read. You know how hard it is to read that paragraph right there? That was very difficult. Only slaves believe that they have those kind of options. None of that is true. You don't, when you're in the negative, you have no money to put away for retirement. That's impossible. That's mathematically impossible. Now we're going to go down. We're going to go all the way down into the comments because I really want you guys to see the so-called good sound and professional responses. Okay. I want you to see this. All right. So I haven't read these comments. So let's see if we get some good ones here. Dear BC, first, congratulations is in order. Okay. For what? You've got money in the bank. Okay. Remember, he's in the negative. He has no money in the bank. So whoever this person is already talking. They're already speaking debt. He believes, okay, you believe what he just said. You're paying extra toward your mortgage. That's impossible. You're in the negative. You've got some retirement savings already stashed away as well as a pension, and you're focusing on your finances. None of that is true. That person's in the negative. There's no pension there. There's absolutely no savings, and there's absolutely no retirement in anywhere. All you got to do is do the math. Here's the glitch. If this is you, here's the glitch. Do the math. You'll see that's in the negative and you still won't believe it. That's the glitch. Now, when you do the math and you see that it's in the negative and you put these numbers in your calculator with your own hand, nobody else do it. Don't have nobody else do it. You do it yourself. And then when you look at that negative number and you still don't believe what you're looking at with your own eyes, with your own fingers that you put it in there, that is the glitch. There are a lot of moving parts to this question, but you're certainly not alone. Many people, of course, many slaves, they're talking to them all. Many people in their 20s and 30s and beyond worry about how to save for retirement while they're juggling so many other present day financial responsibilities. Of course they are, because they're in a negative. You can't do that. That's impossible. Such as paying down student loan debt, starting a family, paying for a child care, and enjoying their lives at least a little bit. Look at that, just talking so dirty about the slaves. The only reason why they're at least living their lives at least a little bit, they're telling you that the slaves are not even living their own lives. Hey, don't you want to live it a little bit? You can't do any of that when you're in debt. That's why they're saying it to you in that article. I promise you, this article is not talking to me. It's only talking to slaves. This article is insulting. None of what they're saying in this article makes any mathematical sense whatsoever. Even the people responding. Good news. Oh, there's good news. You could and should still be putting money away for retirement, but financial advisors had a few other suggestions for you first. Oh my God. Ideally, you should start beefing up your emergency savings from negative dollars. Remember, beef up your emergency savings with negative dollars. I know that probably sounds overwhelming considering talking about mortgage, talking about your mortgage, student loan debt, retirement savings, but because you expect to do so much within the next year or so, having in your emergency savings will pay off. Well, it will pay off. The 15,000 is a good start, which means you would have to dedicate all of your extra cash flow to this type of account. But advisors suggest that you have at least 3 months worth of expenses and probably closer to 6 months if you will have. Let me tell you something. When you see this 6 months and all this other stuff, when you get out of debt, you will always have the money for everything. You won't need an emergency fund because you will always have money. No, nothing will sneak up on you. No, nothing will come out of blue and you won't have the money for it. That will never happen. All you got to do is get out of debt. See all this 3 months, get a financial advisor. Doesn't sound so complicated? It sounds so complicated, and it's not. None of it's all that is fictitious. That's all designed to scare you. Let's see, and probably closer to 6 months, wife staying home for a few years. Everything that's going to keep you deep in debt. They're saying all the things that's going to keep a person deep in debt because of the things they're doing. And it's going to be harder saving money and blah, blah, blah. The reason why it's going to be harder saving money because they're already in debt and they're about to dig themselves deeper in debt. And it's going to be much harder to do everything. Dedicated 500 a year. Oh my God. They just go on and on. There is no way I'm reading all that stupid nonsense. That is complete and utter nonsense. Look how long that is. Oh my God. Are you serious? Yes, they should be. Oh my God. This is horrible. This is like torture. Financial advisors, form, retirement, this loan, get scholarships. Just, oh my God, I'm not reading that. That is this. And so the average person goes and reads this, and they would swear this person, who is writing this? Did they sign their name? I don't know who wrote this. But if you read that, you would think this person knows their shit. You just think that because they write that big long lines of garbly goop, right? And all you got to do is add up his mortgage, add up his student loans, and whatever else he was talking about, add that up. That's all negative. That's how much money he has in real life. That's it. So if you think about investing, that negative number, that's the amount of money you have to invest into 401ks, to the stock market, to cryptocurrency, gold, silver. That's how much money you have in real life to invest in anything outside of yourself. That's how much money you have. What's up, Mike Rambo? $5 super chat. So many benefits comes from being debt free, and my favorite one is to be able to help others. It is beautiful to help others. I know I'm hardcore, man, but hey, my math is always right. This is why I talk the way I do. Straight up. Let me see who else is. Coach, what's up going on, Coach? What's going on? Red Pill Neo. I read that if you don't pay off your student loans, they will take it out of your social security. Yeah, that's the new slavery. See the way in that article they just talk about having student loans like it's normal? It's only normal to slaves. It's only normal to slaves that go to college for 4 years and keep them for the rest of their lives. Only slaves do that. Those same slaves be talking about, hey, man, college is expensive. You goddamn right if you keep the student loans for 30 years. Of course college is expensive. That's why they're talking to the slaves. If you've made up, like, put it this way, if you're a person out there that has called your student loans forever loans, or you have truly made it up in your mind that you're never paying them off, that article, they're talking to you. You know why? Because if you have student loans, never in a million years will you ever be a true homeowner, ever. When I say a homeowner, I mean title in hand. If you have student loans, that's mathematically impossible for you to ever become a homeowner. You will be a loan owner until you are dead. That article is talking to you. You see how I explain this? Now you guys see me go MIA for a little while. You know why? I'm gonna be straight up with you, because I'm starting to get bored with it. It's starting to get irritating. This is so simple. I tell you what, you better get my services now, because they're going to be astronomical coming over this weekend. They're going to be unreachable, because I'm tired of messing with the people that are just playing around. It's just like irritating, man. It's just taking my valuable time up. What I did right now with my prices, I'm like, I put them down. I'm trying to be the nice dude. Hey, yeah, okay, yeah, this is the coronavirus, people losing jobs. I'm like, man, I still want to help some people. So let me just put it down to be affordable. And then they just do this, I'm just messing around and playing around. By doing that, I'm getting the wrong people. I'm getting the wrong kind of clients. I'm sending the wrong message. Because slaves, the crazy thing about slaves, I want you guys to understand something. When they see a price that low, they think the value of the service is that low also. That's what they think. That's my mistake. That will never, I'm going to tell you guys this right now. That will never, ever happen again. I'm tired of messing around now. You want my service, because I will change your life. You want my service, and my service will change the rest of your life. You're going to pay for it. But guess what? Whatever that price is, I guarantee you this. You'll be saying, hey, El, if I knew this, if I knew financial freedom was like this, I would have paid you 10 times your price. You goddamn right. Ain't nothing like this freedom. Nothing. And I'm messing around, man. I'm wasting my time. I'm wasting my time a lot. I read articles like this, man, and this is like one of the top websites, and people are reading this. They're only talking to slaves. I'm like, this is bad, man. This is very, very bad, and I'm tired of talking to people like that just won't open their eyes and see that clearly they're not a homeowner with a 30-year mortgage. You just want to go, hey, man, it's stupid as hell to go to college for 4 years and keep your student loans for 20, right? You do know that's a dumb idea. Hey, man, that's just this. I don't want to talk to those people no more, because I know I know what I'm up against, and I'm not trying to change it. I'm going totally opposite of what you ever learned, and trust me, it's totally against the whole system, but I understand that I am a minority. And I know I'm going to only get a few people, because I do understand that it must be this way. You guys hear me saying the opposite of everything. And I want to be clear about something. You guys do hear me say the opposite of how things flow. Okay, that's true, right? But flip side, it must be that way. People in debt, there must be. People must do credit cards. People must finance cars. People must finance boats. People must have believe in cryptocurrency. People must believe that there are economic classes exist. That's a must. That is a must. But I'm here to catch those few that are ready to be rich for the rest of their lives. I'm ready to and own the time in your life, because you will never hear me mix up the words rich and wealthy. Okay, never. That will never happen. Wealthy means you own the time in your life, the most valuable commodity on earth. Time. It's not money, it's time. Rich means you have a lot of money. That's a byproduct of wealth. Believe that. Now, I've been doing some hard thinking, man. That's why I vanished a little bit, man. The right kind of people are vibrating in my life now. When you guys come to me, I know you're nervous. Don't get me wrong, because hey, you don't want to feel dumb. You've been doing it for so many years. You're gonna feel so stupid because you did this and that. And I'm here to tell you, millions of people done it, including myself. Okay, just get over that. I'm not here to hurt you about it. I'm here to change your life. But I get it. You know why? Because it's a humbling feeling. It's time for me to reach the next level now. Now, I'm on the vibration of the right people coming in my life. They hear me and they see me and they're helping me. It humbles me because it's scary, because I don't know that world yet. The one thing I have going for me, I know how to hear the right people. And those people are not in debt. I'm stepping into a world that I don't know of, but this is the millionaire, whatever you want to call it. I don't know what it's called, but it's right here. I'm glad I'm out of debt. So when I step over there, I'll know who to listen to. The people that are not in debt. Doesn't matter. Hey, L, man, you getting big. Can I do your taxes? Yeah, let me see a personal credit report first. Hey, man, I see you starting to make millions of dollars. Can you you need a financial advisor? Yeah, sure. If I can see your personal credit report first. It's an odd question for people in debt. Somebody not in debt, I'll know exactly why you're asking me that question. If you want to see my personal credit report, people in debt don't know. They think you're looking for their credit score or something stupid nonsense like that. No, I want to look at your credit report to see how much debt you're in. See if you got tax problems, collections, 20-year-old, 30-year student loans are older than your children. There is no way in hell I'd trust you with my finances. You don't even care about your own. And you think I'm gonna pay you to do mine? Are you insane? It's time. Now I can't mess around with no more. I can't mess around with people wasting my time. It's just so irritating. Now when I do my like my north of zero, that's even changing. And you guys that are part of that group, you can choose to stay or not. But what I'm gonna do over there, I'm not gonna be teaching this stuff like I've been doing over there. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna share over there my journey. So you guys can see me charter in this area that I don't know anything about. I'm gonna share my journey with you so you can see me start like where you're starting. You're trying to get out of debt. I've been there, done that. This is why I'm here to help you out. I'm like, hey, yeah, turn left here, go right here. Yeah, I already did that. Don't do that. Come over here, go left. Just follow me. I'll show you right out. I know exactly. Now I'm over to the other side and I don't know anything. I'm starting to meet the right people. Now I'm nervous. I never been over here. I've never owned the time of my life. This is you guys don't I want you guys to understand something where I'm at right now. For the last 7 years, I've owned every single minute of my life. And the only way to do that, you can't have a job. That's impossible. Same, you see the same way I talk about mathematics? It's the same way with the time in your life. If you ever want to, the only way you can own every single minute of your life is if you don't have a job. That's the only way you can do it. And you're probably thinking, what do you mean? I don't know. You got to figure that part out. I can't help you with that. I can help you get out of debt. Once I get you out of debt, you kind of will have an idea. But in order to come on this side, you can't, if you want to get it done right, if you want to filter. Now, I don't put it this way. I don't know really anything about the business aspect of anything of where I'm going, right? I don't, but I know how to pick the right people, and every key person that's going to come in my life, I'm going to see their personal credit report first. It tells me everything I need to know, everything. The right people already can hear me right now. They can already hear me. We talk the same language. If you're in debt, you don't understand. You don't know this language exists. I promise you, you don't. You don't. I promise you, you don't. Let me give you an example because I know a lot of slaves listen to this channel and you still don't get it. I'm going to give you a couple examples so you can understand that you don't hear the language. If you got a finance smartwatch on your wrist, you don't understand the language. You're probably saying, what do I mean? You got a finance watch on your wrist. You financed it. If you got a finance phone in your hand, you don't understand the language. You're probably thinking, what do you mean? You have a financed phone in your hand. That's why you don't understand. If you believe your student loans, if you believe you'll never pay them off or they're forever loans, you don't speak the language. Only slaves talk like that and do those things. So now on this side of business, they see me coming. I'm coming. You see me coming. They know I'm messing around with those prices on my website. Hey, Linnell, what are you doing? That's how much you think you're worth? Nah, man, I'm just trying to be nice and be during the times. Hey, Linnell, they're still spending money on phones and shoes in the middle of a worldwide pandemic. What are you doing? You're bringing down your prices to help while they're spending on shoes, phones, watches in the middle of a worldwide, never seen before pandemic. What are you doing, Linnell? That changes forever. To get me on the phone, you're going to have to pay. Those people, I will know they're serious because they'll pay. Let me see what you guys saying. Real Pill Neil. I read if you don't pay off. Oh, okay. We said that already. GPH. How are you supposed to pay off $50,000 in student loan debt in 4 years fresh from college? I don't know. However you need to. This is what I say. If you go to college for 4 years, give yourself 4 years to pay it back. That way you know you got your money's worth and not a penny more. So if you go to college for 5 years, give yourself 5 years to pay it off. If you go to college for 2 years, give yourself 2 years to pay it off. Anything over longer than college, then you went to college, you are a slave and you probably will be until you're dead because only slaves pay for college longer than going to college. What's up, Amizi? Shout out to Amizi for the $20 super chat. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Julio says that's a lot of asking for. I think so. Shout out to Ramus, $5 super chat. Thank you. Appreciate it. Red Pill Neil says Google says that it takes people an average of 20 years to pay off their student loans. Only slaves. I want you now, listen to me closely, slaves. The average is made up of millions upon millions upon millions of people making the same financial decisions as one. You guys are the average. So if you ever hear the average student loan takes 20 years to pay off, they're talking to you. If the average car payment is around $550 and yours is around $550, they're talking to you, slave. The average cell phone payment, the average lease payment, the average whatever payment, anything that they say the average tied with payment, and it's around your payment, they're talking to you, slave. Because you guys do all the same things. You're slaves. GPA says, how are you supposed to finance a $300,000 house with a loan, without a loan? Because there is no other way to buy a house. Unless you have your own money, there is no other way to buy a house. You can't buy a house if you don't have the money. How are you going to buy it? Oh, borrow it. That's called borrowing. That's not called buying. You walk up, you say, hey, that house is for sale for $300,000. They're going to say, yeah, $300,000. You got it? You're going to say, no, I don't. I got to go talk to the bank. I love these kind of questions, but honestly, man, and thank you, GPH. I appreciate it, but it's just, and I'm not saying it to try to be mean at you. I'm talking about myself. I'm not talking about you. I'm not insulted by your question. I'm only talking about myself. I promise you, it's not. Julio says, I realize this when you see people who show off are more than likely debt slaves themselves, credit cards and the loans. Yeah, the people that show off, they're probably in debt. All you got to do is listen to a slave. They'll tell you that they're in debt. They don't know they're talking debt. Scarborough says, I saw a rent to own ad in my area. Seems like a scam. Yeah, you're going to see a lot more of them too. Why is debt so popular? Because it must be that way. Our economy runs on debt. This is the only way I'm going to remain free. This is as long as there are people in debt. Hold on for you guys. Hold on a second. The only way I'll remain free is because people are in debt. That's why it must be. Shout out to Quentin for the CashApp donation. Thank you, sir. Mr. McMillan, people in debt. I know you guys, and those of you guys are just jumping in the room. I know you guys hear me say the negative, the exact, not negative, the exact opposite about debt, but I want you to understand something. It must be that way. Debt must be popular. People must believe. They must believe they're homeowners with mortgages, because think about it. Think about it this way. If they kicked out everybody at a house that had a mortgage, the mortgage market would collapse. It would collapse. There must be millions of people that believe they're homeowners. Lost my badge. It giving me an error when I try to pay. Not sure what you're talking about, Pedro. Julio says, I'm in debt and I cut off all monthly payments and expenses. Only payments is the monthly debt payments. Julio says, but being in this guy's worst position. What's up, James Sandman? SOBC. There are plenty of people like this dude. Oh yeah, millions. It's wrong. Your service is priceless. It is. You're right. It's priceless. Thank you, James. And even to say that, it's like, because James understands, right? It's not even bragging for me saying, "Oh yeah, it's right." Now the average person might hear that and look like might say like, "Oh, look at him." He think, "Nah, man, it's not bragging. It just is." And see, Amizi, I know you. I already know, man. You are. I want you to understand something, Amizi. When I give people plans, they're rarely call me back and tell me the things that the things that you've already done, Amizi. People don't do it that fast. I promise you. Sometimes I may hear back from them. Sometimes I won't. I always know which ones are serious, and you're one of the serious ones, man. Because you came back, hey man, I did this, I did that, I did this. I was like, okay, he's serious. I always can be on the phone with them. Hey man, here's the plan. You're gonna do it. They're like, oh, you got any questions? Nah, man. Anybody in debt, you have questions because you've never done it. So when I hear them say, oh, I don't have any questions, I think to myself, yeah, you're not gonna do it because everybody must have questions. You have to. This is unknown territory. Then you know what I think to myself? They just want to be a slave a little bit longer. I get it. People, if you've been in the matrix all your life, that's a scary place to look. Don't get me wrong. If you're in debt and you really know in the back of your mind that you're deep in debt and you just don't even want to know the number, I get it. I get it. I get that fear. I promise you, I get that fear. But I promise you, on the other side of that fear, your whole life is going to change for the better. You're not going to be the same person. You're going to walk around feeling empowered, so much confidence. Nobody's going to be able to stop you from doing anything. But if you keep looking at that student loan like, oh my God, I'll never be able to pay that off. Guess what? You'll never experience this. That's impossible. That's mathematically impossible for you to experience this because math and money are one. They cannot be separated. The only thing that can separate math from money are feelings. So if I read that article and you feel like that's you, that's you. You're right. That article is talking to you. You're a blessing, bro. Thank you. You're welcome, man. See, when you hear people say stuff like that, they mean that shit. They mean it. When you find your passion and you hear people say things like that to you, that's not an accident. I guarantee you, Amizi don't walk up to a stranger and go, "Hey, man, you're a blessing, bro. Thank you." I guarantee you that never happens. That never happens accidentally. That does not by chance or just like, "Hey, man, I say that to no." All right, where we at? What's up, Nicer? What's going on? Right, finance and smartwatches. James Sandman says, "Did that young man we sponsored did you know what? Yeah, he did. I gave him the plan, and I'm gonna see if he does it. That's what he followed through. Got together. I did what I needed to do to create it. So now he has it. Is he gonna do something with it? Only time will tell that. We'll see. I put it this way: if I don't get a call or a text for any questions within the next month, I'm gonna say he's not doing it because you will have questions. I promise you. That's the only way you're gonna complete it. You're gonna have to contact me. I promise. Julio says you shouldn't even have a family or a house if you have that much. You shouldn't have none of that. But you can't tell a person, especially a young person that believes in all the garbage that they're hearing in their 30s and late 20s and 30s. Oh, you got to have a house. You better start a family. You got to do this. You got to have this career. If you're in your late 20s and early 30s and you've been hearing that a lot, that's bull crap. That's not true. None of it's true. None of it's true. You don't have to have any of that. You don't have to start a family. You don't have to be married. You don't have to have kids. You don't have to have a house. You don't have to have anything. Get out of debt and you won't believe any of that crap. Put it this way. This goes for man and woman. If you get out of debt, you're going to know what the freedom is like. You're going to know what you can do. You're not going to marry anybody in debt. I promise you're not going to marry anybody in debt. I don't care what they look like. You get out of debt and you meet a person that's beautiful inside and out and this and that and blah, this career, that career, whatever, right? And they tell you that they have $200,000 in student loan debt and they've been having it for 10 years. I promise you, you will not legally tie yourself to that person. I promise you, you won't. I don't care what she looks like, he looks like. I don't care what kind of career. I don't care if there was a doctor, lawyer, pharmacist, some prestigious CEO. If they have $200,000 or $300,000 in student loan debt, you won't care what type of career they have. You won't care what college they went to. You won't care. They are slaves. You're not going to legally tie yourself to slave, because guess what? If you get out of debt, you're going to speak debt free. You marry somebody, all they're going to be doing is talking and doing debt 24 hours a day in your life. There is no way. That would be like drip torture. You get free and your mates financing watches and phones and cars. There is no way. There is no way you would be able to do that. That would drive you literally insane. And then imagine you marry somebody like that, and now you're wrapped up in court. Now you're wrapped up in court trying to having a judge untie you from a slave. Now you have no choice but to rely on this judge to somehow sever your connection with that slave you tied yourself to. That's just, oh, hell to the no. You'll never do that. I promise you. Red Pill Neil says the military is a great way to avoid student loan debt. They pay for your education and tuition or whatever you believe, Red Pill. Mm. Uramus says buy a 2-4 unit for your house, income, depreciation, tax advantage, live in one unit. The house hacking stuff, I hear about that kind of stuff. And again, anybody telling me to do stuff like that, I want to see their personal credit report first. Not saying that you're bad, Uramus. I'm not saying whatever. I'm not really specifically talking about you. But if anybody told me and said, hey, man, buy this too, because you hear that all the time. Buy a duplex, live in one side, have the renter pay on the other side, bloggity, blah, 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 right? The first question on my answer, I said, I'll believe you if I can see your personal credit report. Your personal credit report will tell me why you believe this house hacking and the bloggity, blah, whatever, right? Because put it this way, if somebody told me about a house hack and they had 20-year-old student loans, I wouldn't listen to the word they're saying. It wouldn't make any sense what they're saying. Oh man, you can have the other side, the renter pay your other rent and da da da. I'll be like, what about your 20-year-old student loans? None of that money exists that you're talking about. You don't even own the duplex. You can't. You're in debt. Of course you have a mortgage. And if you have a mortgage, it's not your duplex. You're not making any money. You're in debt. You have 20-year-old student loans. Julio says, I think I need an update consultation with SMD. Okay. Though I'm nowhere near this guy's level of debt. Okay. And and Julio, I want you to start recognizing something. All right. Don't compare yourself to other people's debt. Don't do that. Okay, because I hear slaves doing that all the time. Well, I don't have as much as him. I don't have as much as her. Who cares? You guys are in debt. It doesn't matter what level, who's deeper than the other person. I'm not getting on you, Julio. I'm just saying this in general. Stop comparing your debt with other people in debt. It just doesn't make any sense. Anything below zero in the negative, you guys are all in the same boat. It doesn't matter. You guys are below zero. James says, you gave me a plan over YouTube and I have done it. I can tell, James. I can tell by the way you're talking. I can tell. I promise you, James, when you get out of debt, you'll be able to recognize you'll be able to recognize people easy too. I know that the people that are you, Amizi, and there's a few others that follow the plan because they talk a certain way. Julio says, I'm just a slave who thanks SMD to fighting my way out. Yep. And keep saying that to yourself, Julio. I'm just a slave. I'm just a slave till one day you're not. Once you get north of zero, you're going to be free. No longer a slave. Josh 2003 says, good afternoon, everyone. What's going on? He says, I hate my job. Julio says, I'm a slave currently, but SMD. Okay, I already went there. What's up, Dark Man? James says, if I ever can do anything for you, I'm going to do it. I appreciate that, James. Quentin says, if you said the only way to buy a house is cash, that's the hardcore true. It's true. That's the only way you could buy a house is cash. You want to buy one? That's the now see now those of you guys in the background, I want you guys to understand, slaves, words are important when you're talking about money. Very important. When you say buy, that means you're pulling out the cash and buying it and saying, here, now I own it. When you get a mortgage, that's called financing. You're financing the house. You're not buying it. You're financing it. So make sure you use the correct word. So when somebody says, hey, are you a homeowner? You say, no, I'm buying it. I'm in the process of buying it. You are a loan owner. You're not a homeowner. Darkman says, LJ, just had a talk with my boss from my 9 to 5. She advised me to start looking for another job. When you said to invest in self, I'm definitely starting to take that to heart. You must. People always ask me, hey, LJ, what else are you investing in? Nothing, just me. I want you guys to notice something too. When you get out here and you invest in yourself, don't be ashamed that you're not investing in anything outside of yourself. You are important. You're the most important piece of that whole puzzle. Don't be ashamed to say, hey, I'm investing in myself. Oh, what about this and that? Nope, just me. Don't be ashamed of, don't let anybody make you feel bad. That's the only thing you're doing is yourself, because you are the most important. You are the only one that can make money faster than anything. Nothing outside of you is going to make money faster than you. You have to start it. You must first start by investing in the business of you. That's where you start. First, invest in the business of you. Get out of debt. Now, this is what I want you to do right now so you can understand why you should start the business of you, okay? Add up all your savings and add up all your debt. Savings minus debt equals how much money you have for the business of you. Are you out of business? Or are you in business? If your finances are in the negative, the business of you is out of business. You must start there. You must start with the business of you. You can't start any business outside of you if the business of you hasn't even been, if you're out of business, you personally, you can't start a business outside of you. Julio says, you're absolutely right. Debt is debt. It's just debt. Trust me, when I was in debt, and you read articles, same thing, you read internet, that's why they do those type of articles. They'll put a very large number up there so the slaves below it say, well, at least I'm not in that much debt. That's why they do that, because they know slaves like to compare debt. So if you got $100,000 in student loan debt and you come across somebody that has 500,000, what's the first thing a slave is going to say? Oh, at least I don't have that much debt. That's exactly why they did it. So you'll think your debt is nothing. What's up, Cosmic? And what's your thoughts on in renting then? If you're in debt, you have no choice but to rent. It's not, and this is what I want you to understand something, Julio. Only slaves believe they have options. Only slaves believe they really have the choice between buying and renting. They really believe that. They really believe that there's a choice, that they don't really understand. When you're in a negative, you don't have any choice. That's why you're either gonna be renting from a complex, or you're gonna be renting from the bank. You're still renting. You're just choosing different masters. That's all you're doing. You're not doing any. Slaves don't really understand that. They don't even really get it. You're not doing anything. Now you're just renting from the bank, but fortunately for the bank, they don't have to do any repairs on their houses. You do it for them. If the refrigerator goes out, you replace it. If the roof leaks, you replace it. You must take it. You're going to take care of their property because you're going to think it's yours, and it's not. See what I'm saying? And I'm not saying anything negative, Julio. But honestly, man, I'm tired at this level. I'm tired at this level. I'm tired of it. It's like so blatantly obvious. It's just like, God damn, just look at the math. You're clearly not I don't want to explain to a person. Now, if you go tell a person with a mortgage and tell them they're not a homeowner, they will argue with you. You think I want to argue with a complete slave? I'm not arguing with slaves. Now it's my turn. It's my time to reach the people that are serious, that are going to pay thousands of dollars just to talk to me. I'm telling you. Those are going to be the serious. AL, I heard you, man. And you know what? I'm tired of being a slave. I make a lot of money, man. I cannot figure out why I'm a slave. I got the answer for you. I'm no longer convincing a person that, hey, man, you should pay off that cell phone, man. You know, that's I'm not. No, I'm not doing that anymore. I'm done with that. I'm done with that. Well, you know, this is the big slave one. This is what slaves always say. Oh man, I've been with Verizon for like 20 years, 25 years, man. You know, what does that mean, slave? That doesn't mean anything. Slaves always do that. Tell you how long they've been with a company paying them pockets. Why are you telling me that? I don't even get it. Think you're special because you've been with the company for 20 years paying the bills? Who cares? What's up, Arcart? What's up, Steve? In debt, don't take on a mortgage. If you are out of debt and have an emergency savings, you can think about a mortgage. You can think about it. And I want you guys to understand something. I'm not against mortgages. I know people always think that. I'm not against mortgages. I just want you to understand that you're getting a mortgage. And there's only one mortgage to get. You probably, you get confused. You late 20s, early 30s. Oh my God, what kind of mortgage should I get? It's real easy. Only the best one in the United States of America. Whatever that mortgage is, whatever the best one is in the United States of America, that is the only mortgage to get, the only one. Anything below that mortgage is for slaves. Because if you finance a house, you already know you're going to be paying more for that house than what it's worth. You have to know that. And if you know that, you might as well get the absolute least amount, the best deal that pays the least amount of money over the price of that house. Anything, anything more than that is for slaves. James Sandman says, cool. I love to see some before and after pics when you're done, if you don't mind. Oh, at Cosmic, talking about Cosmic Queer. D Ham, what's going on? If you're not in debt, would you rent or finance a property? Right now, I would rent from myself. I would buy a property, put it under a business name, and rent from myself. That's what I would do. So if somebody came up to me, hey man, you renting? I would like, well, yeah, I guess. James Sandman says, LJ, I told a guy, don't finance cars. I'm an alien. He looked at me like I was crazy. I smiled and said under my breath, you still a slave. Exactly. You're just a slave. Now it must be that way, okay? I'm not Slaves are important. I just not going to talk to them anymore. I'm just not I can't let slaves waste my time anymore. It's messing up my thing, man. That's why I've been off for a while. It's been throwing me off. You see these people out here that selling their stuff for $10,000, $15,000, $8,000, $7,000. You think they're just doing that just to be? You think they're just doing that to be doing that, or do you think they're getting the money? They're getting the money because they know their worth. I'm messing around. I can't do that. That changes. That changes this weekend. All of that changes. No more free consultation. That's done. That is done. That is done. No more free consultation. That's done. I'm passionate at what I do, but I can't. I need to only talk to the serious people. Yes, it's about the money, but it's more important, it's about my time and my passion. I want only serious people, man. I know what I'm doing. I can help you. All you got to do, I can create a plan for anybody. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter your situation. Doesn't matter how long you've been in debt, whatever. I can create a plan, and all you got to do is follow it. Follow the plan. You'll be free. Is it going to be easy? Hell no, it's not going to be easy. Everybody around you going to think you crazy for doing it. Why are you doing that? Who is he? That's stupid. Everybody finances cars. Everybody, okay. Keep it up. Did somebody finance their left shoe again? What's up, Nicer? The Alien Squad sure is. Red Pill Neil says, what I was trying to say was that I will never be in student loan debt because the military is paying for my college. If you had student loan debt prior to joining, you still have to pay. Yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying. Don't get me wrong. I'm not against that, Red Pill. I know what you're saying. Okay, I'm if it sounded like I didn't, I do. That's perfect. If you go to, but I just don't want nobody joining the military so their school will be paid for. What if you just, so I don't want people just, hey man, I'm just joining the military so they pay for my college. Well, do you want to go to the military? Or are you just going because they're going to pay for your college? Which one? If you're going because you just want college to be paid for, don't go to the military. You go to the military because you want to go to the military, not because they're going to pay for your college. Garbo says, damn, I was going to call you for a free consultation. I'm not in debt, but I'm gonna have, what I'm gonna have, Garbo, is a mentor. It's gonna be people can call for an hour and talk to me. Okay. Cause I'm gonna have a plans. And then a lot of people just want to talk to me for sure. For sure. That is most definitely going in place for sure. But because not everybody necessarily needs a plan. They just need to call me up and hear my, hey, L, I'm trying to do this. What you think I should do? And sometimes people just want to know that. So that's cool. I'm gonna set that up. But hey, Garbos, you can, hey, check this out. $100. Cash at me that. Cash at me $100, right? And then if I'm not saying you have to, I'm just saying cash at me $100, and then we can schedule time to talk, and then we can talk about anything you want for an hour. Because that's how much it's going to be to talk to me. 99 something, whatever. Still working that out, but per hour. Because the plans are going to be very expensive. Darkman says, LJ, you have to set your price and live your life. Exactly. That's what's going to happen. That's what's going on, Darkman. That's what's about to happen. That's why I've been off for a little while, man. I've been really thinking about what I've been just doing. I've been talking to, I got another friend I've been talking to, and I'm telling you, sometimes you need at this level where I'm going, I'm vibrating to the kind of people that tell me what I need, not just telling me because they like me. They're telling me the things that I need to know, need to do. Right? If you want this, you got to do that. You got to be done this way. It can't be just done willy-nilly. It's got to be done this way. I was like, okay, that's what I need. And I know which people to listen to. James Sandman says, talking to unserious people is draining. You cannot talk to slaves. You just can't. It will drain you dry. And that's what's been happening to me with these 30-minute consultations. Not all of them have been bad, but I'm telling you, man, a lot of people just want to just talk They just want to just say, hey, this is my problem. This is why it happened. Is it this way? Well, I heard it's interest rates. I heard it's no, it's none of that. I'm just trying to tell you. Let's get straight to it. I'll tell you what it is. This is what it is. It's not just, oh man, I heard pay off the interest, the highest interest rate more. Nope, that's wrong. Don't do that. Well, I was told to invest in here instead. Then I could take that money and pay off my student loans. And no, that's wrong too. A slave told you that. Mary Pill says, I get what you're saying. The military is not for everyone. Nope, not for everybody. I just want to make sure people are going to the military because they want to go to it, not because their school is going to be paid for. I just saw one of my classmates posting about his new car he got, but he's financing a car and it's brand new. I'm sure it is. And check this out. In the middle of a worldwide pandemic, he probably thought he got the deal of a lifetime. You know why? Because they can't even get rid of those cars. They can't even get rid of cars right now. You know how many repossessions are happening right now? They got so many cars, and these people are going out buying brand new cars thinking they got a hellified deal. Cosmic said, LJ, sometimes it's good to take a breather to get a new perspective. You're right, Cosmic. See, and Cosmic's most definitely one of those people that vibrate at a different level. That know. That just know. You don't have to. They can see it and they say, "Hey, El, you should do this," because that too much of that, and they just tell you know what to do. You know who to listen to. I know who to listen to. SOB says, LJ, I haven't heard you talk about slaves who finance their weddings. Oh God. See, in that article that I read, he's talking. I mean, he's married. I'm sure he's probably still paying on the ring. He probably fell for that ad that says, "Hey, 2 months salary should be your first wedding ring." Slaves don't stop and say, "Hey, who said that? Ben Bridge, the diamond company that's trying to sell you the diamond. Who made that up? Oh, sales. No, it's not. Diamonds are not rare. They're not rare. You don't need 2 months salary to buy one. It doesn't have to look a certain way. It doesn't even have to be a diamond. None of that is true." Cosmic says, LJ, you better than me. I don't have the tolerance for mindless spending anymore. Right. Much respect. Yeah, I just that's why the 30-minute consultation, that's done, man. I just don't want to unless they want to, if somebody's paying, especially $100, they're going to call you and tell you, they're saying, hey man, I need an answer for this. But when it's free, people just, I can't really describe how slaves are when it's free, man. They treat it's free. It's irritating. Just like, hey, it's free. I'm just going to do and say whatever, okay, I'm just telling this story. But if they know they was paying $100 an hour, they're going to get straight to the point. They're not even going to call if they're not serious. $100, I'm not, no, that saved us both time. Julio says, what are your thoughts on possibility of an economic collapse because of our economy runs on debt? And I've seen economic experts predict 2008 says 2020 be a catalyst. This is what I say on that, Julio. I'm not looking past July 31st. Okay. I used to try to go into the future and try to do all that stuff. I just kind of pay attention to what's in front of me. The future doesn't exist. The present is the only thing that will ever matter. Open your eyes and jump. What do you see right now? Okay. Millions unemployed, cities closing back down. Just pay attention to that stuff. That's all you got to look at. You don't got to look any further than that. Millions out of work. Yep. No more. Money's about to run out. The reason why I said July 31st, because unemployment's about to run out. What do you think? People just gonna stop eating with no job? Millions unemployed. Extra money's being cut off. What do you think? People just gonna stop living? No, something's got to happen. Because if they don't, crime is gonna shoot through the roof. Well, you think people just gonna starve? They're not gonna starve. They're gonna steal. Morals are gonna be out the window. Julio says, I remember as a kid during 2008, I kept hearing about the recession and job loss, but this didn't affect my family or my school life much as a kid. That 2008 got me though. I ain't gonna lie. And I still didn't wake up. Still didn't wake up. Appreciate it, Measy. You the ones that get it, man. You the one to get it. Charles 2003 says, I've seen people go through divorce, but they are still paying on the wedding ring. I know. That guy in the article that I read to you guys today, people believe, okay, listen, slaves, listen to this, okay? When you hear 50%, over 50% of divorces are due to because of money, that's not true. It's not because of money, it's because of debt. I've never gotten an argument with a woman by putting too much money in a purse. Hey, we're gonna get in a fight. Why? He keeps putting too much money in my bank account, and I keep telling him not to do that. But he keeps on stuffing my purse. It's not money, it's debt. So when two people get together and they both have mounds of debt and student loan debt, and now what do they have to do? Now, just follow me closely, slaves. Follow me closely. You got that much debt. What do you have to do because you have so much debt? You have to work. That means no time to spend with each other because you're always at work, working 40 plus hours a week. You have to. You're slaves. Now you're going to blame it. Hey, you're not doing this for me. You're not spending time for me with me. You're tired as hell. If you're 40 plus hours of work, you want to come home and sleep. You can't really do anything around. Can't you? It's pretty obvious when you get out of debt. It's pretty obvious. And then those people that are always at work, guess what? They meet other people at work that are just like them. And since they have something in common, which is work, they're going to believe that they're closer than the people at home, which is just the stupidest nonsense. And then guess what? They get together. Then they get the people that meet at work, they get a divorce from their spouses and they get together. But guess what? They're still in debt. Now both of those two people have to spend 40 plus hours a week at work. It's just an endless slave debt cycle. It's so stupid. It's so stupid. What's up, Frank Lopes? No more BSing, Nicer. You're right. No more BSing. No more. Red Pill says, it's tough being at work, hearing everyone talk about cars, homes, and cell phones that they finance. I always ask them, why are you bragging about being in debt? You're right, LJ. They just don't hear me. They don't hear you. You're aliens. That's alien speak. They believe everybody has student loans and finance cell phones and watches. Man, okay, I know this is off the subject, but listen, I went to Apple and Quentin, I think Quentin and I was going back and forth. Do you know one of those Apple watches are like $1,500? I saw a Hermes watch, Apple watch. That thing was $1,500 for a watch. Now, if they're financing phones, they're going to finance a watch. That's $3,000. That's like $3,000. You get a brand new phone and you get a brand new watch. That's $3,000 financed. Mm, mm, mm. I couldn't even imagine. I couldn't even imagine that. I see. I see why you are not looking past July 31st, LJ. That stop on evictions will be lifted. A possible 28 million will be homeless if the government doesn't do something. Has to happen. I'm not looking past July 31st. Red Pill Neil says they don't own any of that stuff. They're bragging about people at work. That's why that article is so relevant. They don't know. The people that resonate with that article that I read with you guys today, they don't know that they live there. That's why that article is appealing to them. You can't even see what's being wrote. The banks are, I'm telling you, let me tell you something. The banks are absolutely brilliant. This is like psychology, man. Psychology, it's crazy. Put it this way: economic classes don't even exist. Money in any form doesn't even exist for slaves. Doesn't even exist. Silver, gold, greenback, dollar bills, euro, crypto. Definitely like not cryptocurrency. Definitely not. But they believe that it's all real. They believe each one of those have different values for them. They really believe that. It is unbelievable. When I bring you guys to the other side, you're going to live in a whole new world. You're going to be like, oh my God, money's not even real. No, it's not even real for slaves. For you, it will be, not for slaves. Especially if they have student loan. Like somebody says, hey man, I got this gold for a great day. Man, this gold is $2,000 an ounce. Man, I got this gold. Then you say, do you have student loans? They say, yeah, how much? 50,000. Well, 2,000 minus 50,000 is negative 48,000. You don't have any gold worth anything. But if they believe it, Hulu says, I knew I wasn't crazy. Everybody pushed me to buy a car, but financing a car seemed more like debt, slave debt by the month. Yeah, especially with insurance. Hell no, you're right. Yep. A watch. I went and looked up on Apple site that watch $1,500. 1,500. Now you go. I keep going back to this article because I want to keep you guys here. Okay. I guarantee you, you go into that guy's house, I bet you he has Apple Watch, Apple phone, MacBook, probably a nice big Mac screen on his desk, probably really nice house. All you would swear that they have money. You would swear that they have money. I guarantee it. That's how it looks. Slaves have no idea what they look like. They have no idea. I saw in the news yesterday airlines will lose funding on October 31st and 25,000 employees will get furloughed. Sure will. There's a virus here. That changes everything. That changes the game. The virus changes the game. Now, furloughed. You know what furlough sounds? Let me get the exact definition of furlough because I want to play with this. I'm going to show you guys something. Okay, let me read up the exact definition of furloughed. I do not want to misquote this. Furlough. Leave of absence, especially that granted to a member of the armed services. Leave of absence. Grant leave of absence. So they okay, I'm just trying to understand this, okay? So they grant you something. They say you stay home and we're not paying you and we grant that to you. That doesn't even make any sense to me. What are you granting to me? You allow me to stay home without pay? Thank you? Who says thank you? Thank you for what? What do they do for you? Hey, we say you can stay at home and we're not going to pay you. Well, if you going to send me home and not pay me, what are you even talking to me for? What are you granting me? You're not granting me anything. If they said, if I was at a job and they said, hey, we're going to furlough you, no. I mean, I could see for unemployment purposes. Don't get me wrong. I could see unemployment, but it's different when you're financially free. Okay, it's just different. That's the only thing I can explain to you. It's different, right? But for me, I would say no. I quit. you ain't granting me anything. People in debt have the same default conversation to justify debt. It's crazy. Oh, it's totally crazy, James. I could tell by the way you're talking, you're hearing it, James. But listen, it must be that way. Articles like this, what I read to you, it must be that way. All the articles say the same thing. They just look at the current times. Now listen, they look at the current times, see the situation that the majority of slaves are in, and then they just write about it. And then they use the words like the average unemployment, the average car note, the average student loan, the average cell phone payment, they just look at the times and start talking about the average, which is you, slave. So to get your attention. Hey, I mean, it would be too obvious to say, hey man, are you in student loan debt and you can't get out and you don't know there's a way out and you don't think you'll ever pay it off? They can't say that. They can't say it like that to you because you'll wake up maybe. Hey, are you tired of keeping your student loans for 20 years? Are your student loans older than your children? Are you teaching your children to do the same thing as you doing by keeping your student loans for 20 years or for the rest of your life and keep deferring them? Are you teaching they can't say stuff like that. You'd be like, whoa, why are you saying it like that? Because that's what it is. E-Man says, yeah, anybody that would buy the watch for $1,500 using nothing but Apple products, and they're not buying that, they're financing that. They're not buying, trust me, they're not buying anything. If they got a finance phone in their hand, listen, if they have a finance phone in their hand, they're most definitely have a finance watch. Believe that. Okay. Just all you got to do, man, if you see somebody with an iPhone and a matching watch, you ask them, hey, man, did you pay cash for your phone? If they say no, you automatically know that their watch is financed. Slaves don't know that. Slaves don't know that. If this is you, if you're listening and you got an iPhone and you got a watch, and if you financed your phone, I know for a 100% fact that your watch is financed too. Now you're probably thinking, how do I know that? How did you know that, LJ? Because only slaves finance phones. That's how I know that. Now you can take that how you want to take it. But this is what I want you. If you're offended by what I'm saying right now, I want you to stop and I want you to think to yourself, but is it true? Am I really financing a phone? Yeah, then I'm talking to you. Don't be mad. Just say, man, it's true. Then why you say to yourself, why am I mad because of what LJ is saying is true? Why am I mad at the truth? That's the glitch. You want to stop being part of articles like I just read to you? You want to stop being that? You need to come see me. You're gonna pay though. Don't worry about what you see on the site right now. That's changing. None of that's gonna be valid. So don't even try to sign up now. You can Cash App, yeah, but right now, until I set it up, none of those prices are valid no more. I just got online before I actually physically did it yet. That's I'm just telling you guys that it's changing. I'm not messing around anymore. I know my gift. This is my gift. I will do this until I'm dead. I just got to figure out how to put it in place. I'm not going anywhere. You guys will see me for years to come. Years. I'm not no LJ's not vanishing. He's not, hey man, back in 2020, man, LJ was getting, then he just vanished. No, that will never happen. I found my place. Yep, they're paying insurance on phones and watches. They just got slaves just wrapped up in the ecosphere, not ecosphere. But again, I'm not saying anything negative about Apple. I want you guys to clearly understand something. I'm not saying anything negative about Apple. I wouldn't care if they sold their watches for $5,000. If slaves are going to pay it, sell it to them. If you really believe the phone that they price up there for $1,500, if you really believe their cost was $1,500, you're insane. That phone's not $1,500. That watch is most definitely not $1,500. But if you believe it, and listen, if you believe it and you finance it, that's on you. It must be that way. It must be that way. I'm not saying I'm the one messing up. I'm the one, and I want you guys to understand something. This is what I always tell you guys not to do, and I just did it. I involved my feelings with my money. That's what I just did. I always tell you guys getting out of debt. I say, hey man, don't put your feelings in with your money. Don't mix your fun. And here I am putting my feelings with my money. Right in front of everybody. Go look at my site right now and go look at my service right now. I'm mixing my feelings with my money. That's why the price is like that. Here, I want to make sure you guys see it scrolling at the bottom. That's my website. When you guys come to me, I don't want you guys to feel humiliated because you did something wrong. You've been doing it wrong for years. I want you guys to see the mistakes I'm making as I'm climbing. Go to my website and go check out my service and see how much I'm charging for my service because I was wrapping my feelings in with the times and people are down and blah blah blah. That's what happens when you mix your feelings with money. That's what happens. That'll never happen again. I'm bigger than most of these dudes on YouTube, man. And when I do stuff like that, I'm showing them that I'm not. That will never happen again. Know why? Because I'm vibrating the right people in my life to tell me what I need to hear, not just because they care. They care about me. That's why they're telling me. That's why they're telling me things in that manner, because they care about me. NC Big says, "Dang, the train finally left. I knew it would happen." Josh 2003 says, LJ, I see you were saying about PSFL forgiveness. I saw an article on Forbes that they were saying that many got rejected. Yeah, 99% of them did. My best friend is in this program. He might be surprised in 8 more years. They're not going to grant him anything. You know how many, you know what those are? Those are slave camps. The guy in this article, he's getting himself in so deep. Now you go back and read that article again. I put it in there. Go back and read that article again. He's going to get himself so deep. He's going to sign up for the PS student loan forgiveness program. He's going to sign up for it, student loan forgiveness program, because he's going to think, man, I'm in so deep. There's no way I'm going to pay off my student loans. Exactly. That's exactly where they wanted you. Exactly. Now you don't believe that you could ever pay it off. That's exactly where they mentally wanted you to be. Now you're there. Now you're going to succumb yourself to 10 years of hard labor, you freaking slave. 10 years? You don't even believe in yourself enough that you can't listen. This is what you're saying when you sign up for the student loan forgiveness program. This is what you're literally saying. And this is why I'm not dealing with this anymore. You don't even believe in yourself enough. You don't believe you can pay off a student loan within a decade of your life. A decade. So say like you had $50,000 in student loan debt, and you go sign up for one of these programs which lasts for 10 years. What you're really saying, slave, you're saying this: I don't believe I'm going to earn $50,000 within 10 years of my life. That's exactly what you're saying. You don't even know you're telling yourself that when you sign up with one of those programs where they tell you where to work, they tell you how much you're going to make and how long you're going to do it. And throughout the 10 years, you better not break one of the rules, you slave, else you're going to be kicked out. And if you get kicked out, guess what? We'll let you reapply so you can start all over again. You see how they do you, slaves? I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to convince somebody of that. Because all this should be enough to say, hey, man, if you don't pay off those student loans, you're gonna die with them, right? You're gonna be dead. You're gonna go to your grave with them if you don't pay them off. People are whatever, okay, whatever. I don't want to deal with people like that when I just tell them that. If I can tell somebody, hey, man, you're gonna die with those student loan debt, that means you're gonna be a slave until you're dead, and they just nonchalantly walk off. I don't want to talk to people like that. What's up, Andre? What's going on? Andre been helping me out a lot, man. I appreciate you, man. Dale says, I've been debt free for several years now. Dale's a good friend of mine as well. That we speak on different levels. Hey, Dale, Andre is one of those people too, Dale, and vice versa, Andre. But I have to wonder what the advantage will be if the dollar collapses. This is what I say, Dale. The dollar is real for you and I. The dollars, money in any form doesn't even exist for people in debt. So whatever their meaning of collapse is, it makes it. How can something collapse that doesn't even exist? What if it doesn't exist? How can it collapse? It doesn't even make any sense. People talking about cashless society. You're in debt. It doesn't. You are cashless right now. What do you mean coming up? You think 2021 we're going to be cashless? No, you are cashless right now, slave. You have no money. Oh my God, change is running out. It doesn't matter. You don't have any change anyway. So what do you worry about coins running out at the store? You don't have any. You know, it cracks me up when you see slaves saving coins in a jar in the room. They really believe that that money is in that jar. They really believe it's there. They really believe it's in a shoebox. They really believe it's in the closet. They really believe they're hiding it. You're not hiding. You cannot hide what doesn't exist. Julio says, if I wanted to live in an apartment flat, that's the math between renting and or buying. If I wanted to live in an apartment flat, what's the math between renting and buying? I did the math for renting, but I'm curious about the long term. This is what I want you to do, Julio, because I don't want you to think too deep. Okay. Add up all your savings, add up all your debt. Savings minus debt equals how much money you have to buy. Okay. I'm going to take all this confusion out of what you're saying here. Okay. Add up all your savings, add up all your debt. Savings minus debt equals how much money you have to buy. So you tell me, Julio, how much money do you have to buy? Darkman says, LJ, I'm forever grateful for talking me out of getting a mortgage early this year. Looking back, I would have been in a world of hurt this year. Totally. And you know what's so crazy, Darkman? I could hear you kind of resisting me. I mean, back then, not now, but back then you were like, well, I want to get out from home. My mom is this and that. I'm like, hey, man, you got you don't have a choice, right? And I'm thankful that, and it's not even my money, and you're not even me, and I'm thankful you didn't do it. I want you to be free, man. And when it's time for you to buy a house, guess what? You just come back in here. Hey, Cosmic, I'm getting ready to buy a house. I got this much money. What should I do? And Cosmic's going to give you the right information. You can trust her. You can walk in. You don't have to say, "Oh, can I trust Cosmic?" You're going to already know to trust her. And I strongly suggest when you do, you pay her. Pay her for what you know she's worth. Pay her. Because you know you're going to get exactly whatever amount of money you spend with her. You know you're going to get that advice. You know for 100% sure. You know it's not going to be wrong. You need to consider costs outside of paying a mortgage for purchasing a home, costs keep house repairs, insurance. See all that stuff? And I want you, and I want you to get a house. Don't get me wrong, Julio, but I want you to have money for a house. If your finances are in the negative, buying a house is not an option. But listen closely, Julio. But if you don't believe the math, the bank will be happy to sell you a house. Okay, I promise you, if you don't believe the math, the bank has an option for you. Frank Loeb says, majority of people assume a house is just a mortgage. They sure do. They just mix the two. Only people in debt really think like that. Oh, that's not going to be, it's just a mortgage. No, it's way more than that. I remember, I remember when I was mid 30s, and I bought a house or whatever, right? And I remember first getting that house, I didn't have that feeling like when you don't have a house and you're watching everybody on social media buy their houses and do all this other stuff. Hey, look, I just got the keys and this and that. You see it all on social media. Oh, and then they take a picture of the sign and pulling up the sign. It's not for sale, or sold across the for sale sign. It's them next to it. They don't really tell you after that when they finally get in there, and then they're like, hey, what happened to that feeling I was supposed to have by buying a house? Yeah, you got to pay for everything now. Anything breaks, you fix it. You got to, and guess what? If they went in there in debt, guess what they're doing? They're charging all the fixes. They have no choice. Cosmo says, Frank, and that's when I get the house and I fix it up under market prices when people realize they can't afford the total cost of the house. between insurance and taxes, upkeep, tons of cash, right? But can you put it this way? Can you imagine you making the money that you make now, but you don't have, like, imagine this, Frank. Imagine that you still making the money you make now, but you have no debt, including no mortgage. Imagine what you could do with your house. No mortgage, no other debt. The only thing you have to pay is taxes on your house. That's it, right? Imagine what you could do with your house with the paid off, with all the money you need. You could make that house look like anything you. Oh man, it would just be beyond belief. James says a house is more than just house, cutting grass, snow removal, pipes, all that. And that dude is in a mortgage. In the article, that dude's in a mortgage, and he's already planning to get into another mortgage. He's already planning his debt with $37,000 in student loan debt. Even though his 15,000 saved in his retirement, because it doesn't matter where it's at. Okay, it doesn't matter where it's at. Don't worry about anything. It doesn't matter where it's at. 15,000 minus 37,000 is negative 22,000. He's negative $22,000 in the hole, talking about he's about to go get into deeper. It doesn't make any sense. Any questions on that article? Any questions of me about the article? Now these lives, I'm gonna still be doing these lives, but when my service that's gonna be totally different now. I'm not gonna change my style. I do like what I do like the way I deliver this message to you guys, and I'm not changing that. I'm not gonna sell out to like all the other people on YouTube giving you this look and this portrayal of riches and wealth. That's all a facade. The majority of those people that you see, it's a facade. It's to suck you in because you're in debt. So you believe if you see lots of fancy stuff, you're going to believe that they're not in debt. No, they're still in debt. The problem is slaves like to compare debt. You believe because he or she makes more money than you, you believe they're somehow not in debt because they have money, but that has nothing to do with the amount of money they make. No matter how much money they make, don't be impressed by their stuff. All you want to say is, hey, man, if I want to do business with you, I need to see your personal credit report. I know it's an odd question. I know you're uncomfortable with it, but that's the only way this is going to happen. I'll show you mine if you show me yours. No, then we ain't doing nothing. Frank says, I will let you know in 6 years how I feel. I'm dying to know. Because I've never owned a house, so I don't know. I financed a few, never owned one. NC Big says, you deserve everything you ask. That's how it happens. You got to ask for it. NC Biggs, you're right. You got to ask. I got to ask the universe. So when I put those prices up there on my website, I was just telling the universe, hey, universe, that's how much I think I'm worth. Hey, universe, yeah, go check out my services. Look how much I sold the time of my life for. Go look, check it out. The universe says, oh, okay, that's how much you think you're worth. All right, well, I guess that's what you're going to get. Excuse me. That's exactly what you're going to get. And you're going to get that kind of clientele with that price. Okay, well, I'm going to give you everything you're asking for, LJ. Not anymore. Not anymore. Julio says, of course, I'm not doing that while in debt. No. Okay, gotcha. But I just want to know if the price of the house beats renting it. This is years down the line. I mean, trust me, when you get out of debt, you're going to know that answer. Okay, you'll know because you're saying something, but you want to know. You're saying something based on market time and you know what's going on right now in the climate. You know that you're saying that's what you're saying, but once you get out of debt, whenever you're out of debt, you'll know what to do at that time. Once you're out of debt, that's the best way I can say that. Cosmic says, all of us join the Discord server. Thank you, Cosmic. Appreciate it. Now, again, I I charge $4.99 for the private YouTube group, North of Zero. Now, goes for current members, and it goes for new members that want to join. The only thing I'm really going to discuss on there is my journey. Okay. I'm not going to going over there teaching stuff, about, I mean, don't get me wrong. We're going to have different discussions over there that I can't have out here, but it won't. That's what I'm saying. Those are the kind of things that will be over there. And I want you to join that private YouTube group thinking you're going to learn about how to, how much money you should take out of your 401k to put in to save. It's not, it's going to be deeper than that. Okay. It's going to be, I mean, if you don't know the true purpose of a 401k, if you don't know the true purpose of retirement as an employee, I'm not going to explain that over there. Okay. But in order to see the true purpose of retirement accounts, you must be out of debt. If you're in debt, if you put it this way, and I'm going to say this one time so you can get it. If you add up all your savings, add up all your debt, savings minus debt equals how much money you have to contribute towards your retirement. So if you're in debt, contributing towards your retirement account, and your finances are in the negative, you're not contributing. You cannot contribute to a retirement account with negative dollars. That's mathematically impossible. If you don't understand that part, it will be mathematically impossible for you to ever understand the true purpose of retirement accounts. I'm only telling you this from experience. This is I'm a college educated person making six figures as a cloud engineer. I'm telling you something. As smart as whatever you want to, don't think I'm smarter because of my title. I'm just saying that because titles mean things in the slave world or whatever, debt matrix, right? You think but I was a computer engineer. That's you first thing you think, oh wow, he makes a lot of money. He's got to be six figures. He's a computer engineer, right? But if I'm double that in debt, it doesn't matter who I am or what I do. Don't be impressed by that stuff. I didn't even know I didn't know the purpose of a retirement account until I got out of debt in my last year of work. And I was like, holy crap, that was there the whole time. Yes, it was there the whole time. The whole time, Linnell, the whole time. I don't want to explain that kind of stuff. I won't be doing that over there. Nice as I remember in 08 hearing stories of people breaking into foreclosed homes and taking the copper pipes and stuff like that. I remember that too. I remember that. I remember that. Sure do. Get out of debt and you'll see there's absolutely no reason to steal. Articles like that they won't be pleasing to you. You won't understand. You won't relate to them. You will not relate. For those of you that are coming in late, you will not relate to articles like this. You will not relate to them. Actually, let me go ahead and I'm gonna put this in the details of this video right now. 1 second here, so you guys can, if you guys want to check it out. Those articles, they're actually insulting, man. They really are insulting. It's just like, and when I say insulting, I mean not insulting. I say insulting because when I was in debt, I would have said that, oh, they're talking to me. That's what it. Okay, I put the link to the full article in the details of this video now. So, all right. Yeah, when you see articles like this, I have student loan debt, a mortgage, a growing family. There, that's millions of people in debt. They all do that. They have that. They have that. They have a family. They're relocating for work. It's just all the key things for all the millions of average slaves. Julio says, yeah, paying debt comes first. Thank you for that. It must be. And I promise you, Julio, once you get out of debt, you'll know exactly how to buy a house. You come back. I strongly urge you come back. You stay with the SMD family. You come back here and say, hey, Cosmic, guess what? I just paid off all my debt. I saved up X amount of money. I want to buy a house. I promise she'll give you the right answer. Promise you. How to do it and everything. If you really want to know about something, you will book a consultation. That's a good way to weed out the people who just talk. Exactly. The consultation I promise you that eliminates a lot of headache. It does. It really does. Sometimes people say, hey L, man, I want to talk to you. I say, hey man, just go to SavingsMinusDebt.com and book a consultation. When it was free, I would say go book a free consultation. Free. They still don't do it. So now the serious people will pay because they're going to get their money's worth. They're going to get every penny of their money's worth. I promise you, they're going to get it. You pay that kind of money, I'll be like, I know why you're here. You know what I can do for you. And I can guarantee you, I can give you a plan. Guaranteed. It's going to be tough. I can walk you through it. I can talk you through it. It all counts on what you want. Maybe you just want to call and talk to me. Hey man, I'll call and tell you this. All personal. Now I want you guys to understand something. Personal debts only. I'm the person that you want to see before getting out of debt. I'm the person you see before you go see a tax person. I'm the person you see before you go see a financial advisor. I'm the person you see before you buy a house. I'm the person you see because I'll tell you how to pick. If you file it, you're going to get a lawyer. I'm the person you see how to pick the right lawyer, especially things that got to do with your finances. Everybody's in debt. Not everybody. The majority of people are in debt. How many of you can relate to that article? How many of you does that article sound like? How many people in here that, I mean, you don't have to literally tell me. I just want you to, if it's you, it's going to resonate with you. Okay. You can't hide from it. You're just going to admit it that it's you. Just say it. Yeah, that's me. You have to say it here. Just say, yeah, that's me. And then I want you to understand something. You're a slave. That's why that article is relating to you. I don't even know what that kind of writing is called. I know there's a name for it. There's got to be a name for it. I don't know what the name of it is for. Well, somebody got to know. How do you write? You write something in a way that relates using the obvious. Using the obvious to relate to the majority, who it's everybody, who's not everybody, but the majority. Like, let me bring that up one more time so we kind of get an idea of it. Let me see. I have student loan debt. That's the majority. They have student loan debt. A lot of people, millions of people have student loan debt. A mortgage, that's millions of people too. A growing family, yep, late 20s, early 30s. They're believing it. They're believing that they have to do that. I got a growing family. I'm relocating, yeah, because I just got laid off my job. Millions of people done. How do I save for retirement? Of course you're going to ask that question because you can't. That's impossible for you. So that question is always going to be in your brain. How can I save for retirement? How can I do it? Which way is right? You know why you're never going to come to the answer? Because you're in debt. That's impossible. And then they just use the fear factor of retirement. Hey, this is what's so crazy, what you guys don't even get, what slaves don't even get. They always ask you the stupidest questions, the dumbest questions ever. And slaves just follow it. How much do you think you need to retirement? How much money do you think will leave you comfortable to retire? What kind of question is that to a slave? They don't know the answer. They're in debt. So in their mind, they're just okay. Looking at TV, it looks like I have to have at least $3 million to retire comfortably because slaves always think that. That's a question for slaves, to have your brain just thinking so you can start thinking up fear. It just has you stirring up because guess what? You're never going to know that answer because you're in debt. You don't even check this out. You don't even know how much debt you're in. How in the world are you going to know how much it takes to retire? That's impossible. You ask a slave that's in debt, "Hey slave, do you know how much debt you're in?" Nope. Then guess what? There is no way in the world you would ever be able to know how much it takes to retire. You're in debt. Can you retire today? No? Then you will never know the answer because you're in debt. Those questions are designed to put fear in you because you're fear. You know why you're fearful? Because you don't know the answer and you never will. Because you don't even know how much debt you're in. First you must know how much debt you're in. And you don't even that's the number where you start from because listen. So say like you're okay, you're a person in debt and you believe, let's say you believe it takes $5 million to retire comfortably. Okay. In your brain, it say, hey, where I live, the economy, whatever, all these invisible factors that you believe are real. So you think $5 million is the right amount of money that's going to take to retire. In order for you to know that, you must first know how to count to $5 million. Now you're probably thinking that's easy. One, two, no. Add up all your savings, add up all your debt. Savings minus debt equals the number where you start counting to $5 million from. Those are the laws of mathematics. I'm only going to help people that understand that's going to pay. This is a gift. This is a gift. And it's such a simple gift. It's so easy to explain. I'm never wrong. It's always right. I can prove everything I'm saying. Cosmic says the article makes me sad. I wouldn't even look for another house before paying down the current debt. I can't imagine the stress that the couple is dealing with. Exactly, Cosmic. And they talking about when they move, she's gonna stop working. Can you imagine? That sounds like a divorce. That divorce is brewing up and don't even know it. Don't even know it. Don't even know divorce is coming. NC Big says, listen, guys, I only been doing this lifestyle change for 8 months. I'm more free than I was in my 20s and not even debt free yet. Exactly. NC Big's almost there. What's up, Gabriel? Nice. Says, a lot of people are running around like chickens with their heads just scrambling. There's something about just being aware of the debt matrix that eases worry and anxiety. It sure does. Sure does. That's why I said life north of zero. I'm gonna share with you guys my experiences. That's enough. I've been giving out the wrong message to the universe. I've been giving out. Sure have. Sure have. I'm never doing that again. Never doing that again ever. I got to just talk to the right people. They tell me what I need to hear. They tell me what I need to hear. Not, oh, I'm gonna just say it this way to LJ because I like him. Nope. Nope. I need it raw, man. And I'm telling you guys, it's a humbling feeling. Don't get me wrong. It's a very humbling feeling. I have to say to the people that are talking to me, I have to say, I don't know. You guys hear me. You guys hear how confident I sound when I'm talking to you guys, especially people that I'm getting out of debt. I'm just raw, straight to the point. Nope, no, math says this. I have to say to a person that knows, I don't know. The person says, hey, do you got this and that? And did you do this and that? I'm like, nope, don't know anything about it. Nope, didn't know I had to do it. That's humbling. That takes a lot of trust of the person that's giving you that information. It takes a lot of trust to humble yourself to say, you know what? Remove ego, get out the way. This person's trying to help me. Guess what? It's okay to say you don't know everything, LJ. It's okay, especially in this era. You don't know nothing. This is a whole different world. Not saying that you got to do everything. This, you know what? You still you. Don't get me wrong. You still you. These are just pieces that these people are adding to you, to the you. So you never have to change you. Andre says, how many will commit suicide because of debt? Sad thought. That is very true, because and if this is you in the background, I want you to listen. We're in the middle of something never seen before this century. This is serious business. Now, if you're feeling depressed and down and you feel like it's just you, it's not just you. It's not just you. It's millions of people. But if you get out of debt, you can become economy proof. The economies it will affect you in a very different way. Not negatively. Because it's not everybody. I know when you watch the news and you go outside, you think everybody is suffering and losing money and they're all upside. No, that's not true. That's not true. There are people making lots of money right now, lots of money. When I say a housing market crash is coming or something like that, yeah, but it's not crashing for everybody. Okay. When I say things, I'm only talking about the majority. Yeah, a housing market crash is coming, but not for everybody. Cosby says, I feel you, LJ. I get coaching from people that hold me accountable. Yep. You sound just like Andre, accountable and push me to unknown territories. But to meet my goals, I have to change my approach along the journey to reach my heights. Exactly. Cosmic, it's a very humbling feeling. And when I start dipping in real estate and you correct me on some of the things I say, I appreciate it, man. I really do. I know sometimes my ego tried to get in the way, but trust me, I'm like, she's saying that for a reason. Do you know? It's like, Linnell, do you know real estate? Nope, I don't. I don't know anything about it. Then what do you think? She knows more than you, right? Yes. Okay. Cosmic's banker friend said that he looks student loans as a risk. I can only imagine how the banks look at a guy like the one in this article. I know it's embarrassing. They don't know that. They don't know they look at student loans as a risk. You know why? Because they believe everybody has student loans. There wouldn't be no housing market that okay, not no housing market, but do you know how greatly the housing market would be affected if the banks people turn down mortgages for people with student loans? You guys have no idea how that would affect the housing market if they said, you got a student loan? Yeah, no, you can't get a mortgage. That would be woo. Andre says, let LJ help you or someone you love. Appreciate that, Andre. Andre's one of those dudes, man. He pushes me. He says the right thing. I I had to swallow a couple pills, man. Andre sent me something, emailed me something. He's like, well, this and that. And I was like stuffing that red pill down my throat. I was choking on it. I was like, Andre, that pill's too big. He was like, I don't care. But then he put his foot in it. I was like, hey, I'm choking, man. Oh, shit. I got to swallow that pride, man. It's like, damn, yeah, he's right. I ain't doing nothing. Yeah, you ain't doing nothing, LJ. Time to change that. Cosmic says the best leaders were excellent followers at some point. Yeah, I like that. And forget who said that. But sometimes you have to follow the lead at times, no matter what the ego says. Exactly. But that's the one thing I love about the SMD family, right? You come here for information. You don't have to worry about the trust part. You see what I'm saying? You come here, you be part of the SMD family, Savings Minus Debt family. You come here and you talk to the SMD members. You know, you don't have to worry about the trust part. In a very untrusting world, because right now we live in a very, very untrusting world, very untrusting, especially when it comes to money, especially because think about it. People are about to be out of work. Do you guys know how many scams are going to be going on? I mean, scam city. Soon as that July 31st come and that unemployment stops, there's going to be scam city. That goes for legal world and illegal world. It's going to be scam city. This is the place that you can come here and get the proper financial situation, financial answers. I am the person you can come to and schedule a time with me. You want to get your finances straight, I will help you, guaranteed. You will get your money's worth. You will get what you're looking for. So if you go to my website right now, you see that price, don't worry about, don't sign up, don't do anything. Everybody's money's going to that money's going to get returned if you try to sign up for right now. Those of you in there now, you're lucky. I'm going to leave you there. I'm not canceling you, but I'm just saying you're lucky. You caught me at a weak moment. Gabriel says the energy when I go to stores is worried. Oh yeah. Do you feel that? I just feel worried. We're walking around in masks. Can't go in the store. Can't do this. It's like, wow. I'll be out there. You know what's so funny? I get out there, get my stuff and leave. I got to get out of that energy. That's horrible. Ivy says, I try to tell people that an economic crisis equal Christmas for the few that have all their ducks in a row. Where there's a loss, there's also a win. Man, Hyphy's right, man. I mean, it's not too late, man. If you get out of debt, if you can get out of debt this year and you start stacking some money, by the time 2021 gets here, you're going to get some stuff. But those guys that are already ready, oh man, you guys don't even get it. People that with the ducks in a row, it's going to be Christmas for at least like 3 to 5 years. It's going to be a 3 to 5 year Christmas for them. Cosmic says, man, they scamming now like the Twitter hack that just happened. I didn't hear about it. Didn't hear what happened, Cosmic? What's the Twitter hack? What happened there? Andre says, I want the best for you and people, LJ. I know, man. Trust me, you guys. Andre does. I'm just glad people like you guys can see me. You know what I'm saying? You guys can see the pieces that I need, where I'm going wrong, what am I not doing, whatever. Hey, you know what it is? And you know what it is, Andre? I'm just nervous. I've never been there before. I'm just nervous. You know, that's all. I'm just like and it's a humbling feeling, because I want you guys to hear it in this room too. When you guys are deep in debt and it's scary and you're nervous and I get that. That's where I'm at, but at a different level. Okay, so I get it. I get why you're nervous to get on the schedule with me. You're nervous what I'm saying. You think I'm going to talk bad about you and all. No, I'm just going to listen, and then I'm going to tell you what to do, and I'm going to show you what to do. This is where I'm at, but at a different level. You got this, LJ? Nope. You got this, that, and these acronyms and this. Nope. I don't even know what that is. I got to Google it. I don't know. What is that? Is it important? Looks important. It must be important. You're telling me about it. Okay, I better look it up. Appreciate that, Andre. Now, I'm in these lives, and if you're a person in the background and you're quiet right now, if you want to talk to me for free, these are the times that you want to talk to me. If you have a question, you want to go straight to the top, I suggest that you do a super chat, so you can go straight to the top. But even if you didn't, I suggest you answer if you want a free response, I suggest you answer ask during the lives. Don't be shy. Gabriel says people in unemployment are getting that money and financing a BMW because they never had that much money in their life. No. Car companies are taking full advantage of them. Once you believe, it's easy. Yep. I want you guys to read that clearly. Once you believe, it's easy. You know why it's easy? Because it's beautiful. It's lovely. I want everybody to experience this side. What it's like to, excuse me, what it's like to live on this side of live on the north side of zero. Man, you guys don't even get it. You'll never relate to articles like what I read to you guys today. You'll never relate to that. It won't even make any sense. It's so stupid. Just to read it, it's so dumb. It makes absolutely it makes financial sense. That article you guys are reading, that you know what I see? I see money being made, tons of it, billions. All the interest on student loans, mortgages, and all the other stupid nonsense slaves finance. Check this out. They're paying all that interest on every single thing they finances, but they believe they're investing in something and making some money on whatever investment they believe they're investing in, their stock market or the retirement or whatever. None of that even exists. And they think they're making money when all they got to do is say, wait a minute, just turn around and add up all the interest that you're paying on everything you finance per year. And then all you got to do is just take the interest that it says on paper that you earned in this imaginary money and minus the interest that you're making over there. That's how much interest you're making every year. Take the interest that you're earning minus the interest that you're paying. That's the actual number of interest that you're making on your money, whatever money you believe is there, but it's negative because it's going to be negative interest. You know why? Because you have negative dollars. See how that works? Take the interest that you're earning minus the interest that you're paying. Yep, it's going to be negative interest. Why? Because it's negative dollars. I repeat it so you guys can actually hear that. She says, Cosmic says, the Twitter hack took over some famous people accounts like Joe Biden, Elon Musk. Wow. They used those accounts to ask followers for cryptocurrency and some fools fell for it. Wow. The FBI is investigating now. Crazy. Because they follow him so much. They just, you know what's so crazy? Slaves really do worship rich people. They worship rich people. You guys don't, just because they're rich, you believe every word they're saying because they tell you they're rich. And since you see them on TV or TV shows or whatever you see them on, you assume that they're rich because they're telling you they're rich and you just believe it. Only slaves believe that. I don't care who a person is. It doesn't matter. Am I excited to meet people that have followed their passion and are successful? Yeah. Oh yeah. I'll be excited to talk to them. Not talk to them about their money. Just talk to them about them following their passion. That's all. Stay on track, Dark Man. I'm watching. Yeah. Dark Man's he was off the tracks for a little while, but he didn't fall all the way off. Gabriel says, nobody will ever fool me in finances. That's like a superpower. Never. And Gabriel's, for those of you guys don't know, Gabriel's 19. Listen to the words he's saying. Nobody will ever fool me in finances. Nobody. And that's like a superpower. Nobody. Nobody can fool him at 19. And you know what the advantage of that Gabriel has that over the world right now? Nobody's going to believe what he's saying because he's 19. He's just a stupid kid. How could he possibly know? I'm 30, 40 years old. There's no way he knows more than me. Math is timeless. Only slaves compare things like that. You can't tell a slave, hey, you know math is timeless. That time has nothing to do with math. Nothing. 1 + 1 equals 2 if you're 20, 19. 1 + 1 equals 2 if you're 50. It doesn't matter. It's timeless. They're not going to listen to him. So you thought I was walking around on earth like Neo, like in the debt matrix like Neo? Imagine Gabriel's he's Neo times 10, and he's invisible and he's cloakable. He can morph into anything. He can be invisible. He can morph into a cat. He can morph into a dog. He can be a bird. He can be anything he wants. People can see me. Oh, LJ knows that because he's 50. Oh yeah, we can see him. But when you're 19, they're not going to believe a word you're saying. Garbo says, LJ, what do you do to keep your mind clear and have a healthy mental state? Stay out of depression besides being out of debt? That is a very good question. I like that question. That's a very good question. What I do, because I want you to understand something, Garbos, I'm not immune to that. This is the difference. When it happens, this is the best way I can describe it to you. When it happens, it's almost like I step out and look at it. I'm watching it. I know it's there. Okay, it brings my day down, whatever, but I'm always looking at it. And you know what I look at? I say, it's just temporary. Nope, I know what you're saying, depression. Oh, it's going to be like this forever. And this, and no, it's not. It's just temporary. I don't know why you're here, whatever, but you're just going to be temporary. I know you're only here for today or maybe a couple days, but it's not going to be forever. I know you're trying to make me believe that, but it's not true. Till one day it's gone, and then I can think again. Because don't deny it, Garbos. Don't say it. Don't pretend depression's not there. Don't pretend like you don't see it or feel it. Acknowledge it. Acknowledge it by looking at it. Like almost like you're stepping out of your body and looking at depression. Oh, I see you, depression. No, no, yeah. Everybody loves me. They still love me. I still have friends. Yeah, I'm gonna make it. You just gotta, and then one day it's gonna stop. Cosmic says, "See, and y'all think I'm mean. Looks like I got nothing on Andre." I don't think. See, when you get out of debt, you can clearly see that Cosmic is not mean. When you get out of debt, it's just straight to the point. You don't feel like lollygagging with people. You just like, and see the price on my website. That's I was lollygagging. Red Pill says, if Gabriel 19 and listen to this, he'll be rich in no time. Gabriel can be a millionaire by the time he's 40 or maybe, oh, way earlier, way earlier, way earlier. First, you got to remember, Gabriel's wealthy right now. He owns the time in his life. Now, all he has to do is work on what he must do to keep it that way. He's already wealthy. Wealthy is the hardest part. He's already there. Shout out to Garbos, $5 super chat. Thank you, sir, or ma'am. I'm not sure if you're a guy or girl. I'm assuming, and I apologize. I can't pronounce your first name. Shout out to Mike for the $5 super chat. Gabriel been 19 for like 2 years. LJ, I checked his dude. I know, right? Yeah, exactly. Gabriel, how long you been 19? I know, 2 years. Oh, if he's off, that means he's not debt free because his math is wrong. That is funny. I know. Shouldn't you be like 25 now, Gabriel? That's funny. That is hilarious. All right, you guys. We're about 2 hours, 18 minutes in. You guys got any questions of me? Anything about the article? Anything about the article? Anything about being average? Anything about the way articles are read to you? Any questions? Okay, cool. All right, cool. Oh my God, it's Polish. Oh, it's Polish. Pronounced Christoph. Oh, okay, cool. Christoph. All right. Thank you for sharing that with me. I appreciate it. Don't be shy, you guys in the background. Don't be shy. New people can talk too. New people can talk. You can comment. Actually, let's do this. Let's open up. If you guys got any questions, because this is the only time you're gonna get some free answers. Okay. Okay. You want to jump in now and talk and share something, maybe ask me a question. You can right now. There's the link. You don't have to get on camera at all. Okay, you don't have to get on camera. But right now, live sessions. If you can, look at the article, and if you got something to ask me about that article, or maybe you're in it and you want to answer of, how, you're probably thinking, how else am I going to get a car? How else am I going to buy a house? I'm here to help you answer that question. If you're wrapped up in right now, hey, is buying versus renting? Hey, I'm just wasting, you're probably hearing, oh, you're just throwing your money away on rent and blah, blah, blah. I'm here to resolve that question for you. I'm here to fix that. You don't have to show your face. You can get on, just talk, ask me a question. Maybe you're confused. Maybe you don't like what I'm saying. I don't know, whatever. But I'm telling you right now, this is the free times. It's time for me to live my life the way I'm imagining it, and I have been imagining it. What's your email? I'm going to send you 2 articles last night. Okay, just a second here. There you go. There you go, Stephen. Any questions? If not, we're going to go ahead and end this Friday afternoon. Talk. Any questions? So just in case, here's my Cash App. So just in case, if you do want a session or you just want to talk to me, you can Cash App, and then we can set up a time to do it. All right, until I get it set up on my website. All right. If you want to share the channel, this is the easiest way to share the channel. Just tell them to Google the hashtag SavingsMinusDebt, and I will be the only person that pops up in that Google search. Okay. Please don't forget to hit that like button. If you want to follow me on Facebook, there's my address, Facebook.com/SavingsMinusDebt. You can follow me on Instagram, same thing. Instagram at SavingsMinusDebt. Please don't forget to subscribe. Cosmo says, guys, to keep your mindset on point, you have a vision of your future self. You got to, for sure. That helps me stay on track to do the daily steps to ensure moving forward to that vision. And so funny, before I knew what Cosmic is saying, because I know what she means by that, but I remember I used to always say that to myself. I used to say this, I used to always say that, I kid you not. I said, what if the future self is talking to me, guiding me? That's what I used to always say to I can't tell nobody that, because they think people in debt, they'll make you think that the voice in your head is you're crazy because, oh, you're talking, you got a voice in your head, you must be crazy. No, that's not what I'm talking about at all. They will make it seem like it's crazy, but it's not. You listen to that. That's the future self guiding. If you ever, it's was guiding me in a way to show you, it's been telling me, hey, don't do that, as you will never, it's going to be much harder for you to see me. Hold on for a second here. Hello, can you hear me?
Hey, LJ, how you doing?
All right, how are you, sir?
Good. Hey, I'm gonna be quick.
I'm
sorry. I saw you for the first time over on Ramil's channel.
Okay.
And I have a small channel myself, and I just shot a video. There was a meme that was going around on Facebook where it says something like, guys, know your lane, women cost, and whatever. And I shot a video based on that meme, and I shouted you out in it. I haven't uploaded it yet, but people need to hear what you're saying, because I've gone into debt, trying to, wine and dine and those kinds of things. But I think, the things you're talking about are very, very important, and folks don't always have their priorities straight, and some folks just don't know. So I just wanted to tell you that. I shouted you out, and people need to hear what you're saying.
I appreciate it. Now you said a video somewhere. You said
so I shot a video. I haven't uploaded it yet. If I can find your email address, I'll send you the link.
Yeah. Let me put it up there right now so you can see it, because I would love to check that out. 1 second here. Here's my email right there.
Okay. Is it on the screen?
Yeah, it's on the screen. Can you see it?
I see SavingsMinusDebt.com.
SavingsMinusDebt@gmail.com.
@gmail.com. Okay. Yeah. Okay, there it is. I see it now. My TV's on the way.
Okay.
Yeah, I just want to say that.
I appreciate that. Yeah.
All right.
No, go ahead. Finish what you're saying. I don't know if I cut you off.
No. I just want to jump on quick and say that and tell you you're doing a good job and keep up the good work. So
I appreciate that, man. Thank you for doing that. Thank you.
Yeah, Dr. Dunbar. I'm a small content creator, but
what kind of doctor are you?
I have a PhD in pharmacology.
Nice. Okay. All right.
So right now I'm in one of those good government jobs.
Okay.
Anyway, I'll stop there.
All right, man. Thank you.
All right. Take it easy.
All right. Bye.
Peace.
That's cool, man. First timer jumped in there. Appreciate it. That's crazy. I love it. And that's my first time even talking to him, knowing him, but I jumped on and told me that, man. I appreciate that. That's love, man. This is why I do that, right? This is why I do what I do. I want people to understand that this is my passion. This is what Andre said. This is bigger than just finances, okay? Because Andre pointed that out to me. It's bigger than it's relationships. It's everything, man. And especially when it comes to relationships, our kid, as a guy, as a man, okay? As a man, I'm telling you, you get out of debt, you will not get serious with a woman that's in debt. I don't care how fine she is. I don't care how good the sex is. I don't care how bad her body is. If she has $200,000 worth of debt and you are debt free, you will not care. Are we going to go further than this? No, you will never. I promise you will never legally tie yourself to a woman in debt. Especially have a kid with a woman in debt. No, that will never happen. There will never be one time that you say, "Oh man, maybe this time without the condom." That will never happen. That will never happen. Man, I don't like the way that feels. And you'll be like, well, I guess we're not having sex then, because that's the only way we're going to have it. That's exactly how you will say it. I promise you. I know people think I'm joking, but I'm dead serious. Cosmic says, I set a time period to ensure I'm not getting lazy or off track. That's smart. I'm working on that, Cosmic. I'm working on that. I got Andre helping me with that. Daily affirmations help as well. A lot of success in maintaining your self-esteem. Thank you, Nicer. Appreciate that. Dunbar, Dr. Dunbar. Okay. I'm sure that title has helped Dr. Dunbar a lot. I'm sure. Hey, I'm a doctor. They're like, hey, oh, that's a doctor. Okay. Now, even though I'm not putting that title down, I'm just saying when you get out of debt, I'm just telling you, people's titles don't even, it's cool. Don't get me wrong. It's to have somebody achieve what they've achieved. That's not belittling that at all. But and I'm not talking about Dr. Dunbar. I'm just saying titles, period. I don't associate money with job titles anymore. I don't do that anymore. That doesn't happen. Simping ain't free. Sure ain't. Gabriel's, I'm Agent Smith. Yes, you are. You Agent Smith right now, especially at 19, because nobody's going to listen to a punk kid. Oh, what he know, man? He don't know nothing. He don't know. Yeah, you're right. I don't know the same things you don't know, or whatever. Anybody else want to jump on before we get off here? There's a link. You don't have to get on camera. Can't wait to see what Dr. Dunbar is talking about. I like checking out the shout outs. That's pretty cool. I'm changing lives, man. When I first got out here, man, I didn't quit my job and say, hey, man, I'm going to go out in the world and change lives. It didn't happen like that. It doesn't work. It doesn't work like that. All right. It doesn't quite, hey, I'm going to start changing people's lives as soon as I quit this job. No, it doesn't work like that. Right. The first thing I thought when I got out of debt, first, I didn't know what I was going to do. So I didn't really concentrate on making money. Right. I had to enjoy the freedom. At first I was nervous. Don't get me wrong. When I first quit my job, I went through the 40-hour work week withdrawals. Okay. For the first few months I was going through withdrawals because I've been working 40 hours a week all my life. That was just part of life. Right. So I had to get off that. It's like getting off of heroin or something, you see on TV. Never been a heroin addict. I'm just saying. It's like getting off of drugs. You're just like, oh my God, I'm supposed to be doing something. Oh my God, I'm going to lose my skills. What about I went to school for all those years, and then if I stop, there's going to be a gap in my employment history, and then I won't be able to get another job. Oh, I just went through all that stupid nonsense, and then it took me about a year. Once I got broke it, then I was like, wait a minute, Saturday and Sunday are just days. Time is a tool. I can wake up and go to sleep anytime I want. Yeah, anytime you want. You can wake up in the middle of the night and you got some idea to pop in your head. You can just wake up in the middle of the night and do it. Once you're done, you can go back and sleep. Right. But when I was working, I had to be in bed by a certain time, or else I was going to be tired the next day. So I had to be asleep by, oh my God, you guys just don't even know it, man. You don't even know it when you're in it. That's a freaking program. Oh, thank God it's Friday, hump day, Wednesday. Oh my God, I'm dreading Mondays. That's all the program. It's all a program. That's you. If you're in that article and that article is relating to you, you're part of the program. He says facts. Yes, titles don't equal wealth, right? That's what I'm talking about, man. It don't equal wealth. It sure don't. And he understands it's not belittling the title. It's just like this image that people just have. It's just crazy, man. It's just nuts. Nice says, did you even watch the Matrix, Gabriel Agent Smith? Yeah. Let's see. April's 19. The Matrix came out in 09, right? It came out in 09. The Matrix came out before Gabriel was born. Oh my God. Oh, he was just about to be born or was in diapers when Matrix first came out. Gabriel says, I bet on family and friends think he's crazy that he talks in the mic as a hobby. I know. Probably I can only imagine how people think about me. Oh man, how's he making money? He's just talking on a microphone. He's just talking on a microphone and stuff. Red Pill says, it's like getting off of drugs. It is. Breaking the 40-hour work week was like getting off drugs. I kid you not. Now I'm telling you, I did nothing for a year. Nothing. People in debt that work 40-hour plus work weeks, man, they think if you're sitting at home doing nothing, you are a lazy bum. That's exactly what they think. They think I had my friends used to always ask me, hey, El, what do you do all day? I was like, nothing. They were like, damn, nigga, you ain't what? I was like, nothing. What you doing? Nothing. They think you're just a lazy bum. It's so funny. It's so funny. But once you break it, you're like, ooh, yeah, you're in debt. That's why you're working 40 plus hours a week. That's why you have to do it. That's why you have to work at a job you hate. That's why you're average. That's because you think since you're a certain age, you got to go buy a house, you got to start a family, you got to rent, you got to finance a car, you got to have this and that. all the things slaves need to believe. Taco Tuesday, right? They just be making up stuff and people just believe it. They just go, hey man, Taco Tuesday. Okay. Now you're gonna go buy some tacos because it's Tuesday. I never fell for that stupid nonsense, man. Oh man. Black Friday. It's Friday and they said it's black, so it seems special to you that you go spend some money, spend even more money that you don't even have. It's just the stupidest. It's insulting. It really is. It's insulting. No, I think it came out in, you sure? You sure, Nicer? I thought it came out in no, I was third. No, that's right. It came out in 2000. You're right. That's right. Because I was like 29. 29. I was, oh yeah. Right. I was way off. Not 2009. I'm tripping. Okay. Yeah, anyway, he wasn't he wasn't born. Right, Gabriel. I'm a bum. You don't even want to work. You should be. You know what's so crazy? This is what this is. Now, if you're working overtime, okay, great. All right, do whatever. But when I get on Facebook and when I hear people bragging about doing overtime, ooh, I got in that overtime. I got in that 20 plus hours. I think, damn. Wait a minute, you're telling me you work 40 hours a week and you're happy that you work 20 more hours that week, so you work 60 hours in a week? And you're sharing about, oh yeah, it's 1999. My bad, it was 99 because I was 29. Yeah, so it's 99. And you're bragging about it on Facebook, on social media, that you got in that overtime. Hell to the no. I'm going to keep my Toyota until it breaks down. I'll never finance another car in my life. Don't ever finance. All you got, a red pill. This is all you got to do. You don't even have to keep it. If you want a new car, all you got to do is buy it for half price from people in debt with cash. No listen, when you guys get out of debt, market prices of anything will no longer matter to you. Phones, houses, cars, only when you sell, never when you buy. So when you get out of debt and you're looking for a house, it doesn't matter the market. It doesn't matter the market rate of a house. Okay. That doesn't matter to you because you're out of debt and you have money. That only matters to people who finance houses. Okay. I promise you. Gabriel says, I remember after watching the NFL game on Sunday, my uncle will dread going to work on Monday when I was little. Right? After the after the Super Bowl is over, this when I got it. Okay, check this out. I know this is totally off the subject, but this is random, right? I remember when I was out of debt. I was a year before I stopped working, right? But like I remember going to the Super Bowl at a friend's house, not going to Super Bowl, but watching the Super Bowl at a friend's house, right? We're all excited about the game and party favors and food. And then when the game was wrapping up, oh, you could just, that feeling, I just remember that feeling of, all right, well, that was fun. I got to get home and get ready for work tomorrow. Everybody says the same thing. Oh, I got to get on out of here. I got to get ready for work tomorrow. Everybody's saying the same thing as they're leaving. You can just hear it in their voices like they don't even want to go. It's just slave talk. So I couldn't go to those functions anymore because I didn't want to hear that part. You go to these, and plus when you go to these functions, right? What did they talk about at Super Bowl games during commercials? Besides the game, they talk about work, how many years they've been at a job, what they got to do, the benefits at the job, where they're gonna their promotions and this and that, and it just. But at the same time, you can hear it in their voices that they don't even want to be there. Oh, it's just horrible. It's horrible. Anyway, thank you guys for listening today. This was a good. I hope you guys enjoyed that article. The articles and the details of this video, go check that out when you get a chance. Dr. Dunbar, please don't forget to email me that info because I want to check that out. Thank you, everyone. I appreciate it. Let me see what Red Pill's saying right here. I will do the Dave Ramsey method to buy a car, save $4,000 in 10 months, upgrade every 10 months, equal no car payment. Is simple. All I'm saying, Red Pill, is like this. Remember, whatever car you want, you're not going to have to pay full price for it because you're going to buy it for under market value from somebody in debt with cash. That's it. That's all I'm saying. Thank you, everyone, for joining. Appreciate it. And I thank you, Dr. Dunbar, for jumping on. First time meeting you. And welcome to the SMD family. Hope you stay. Don't forget to, if you want to check out the private the members only YouTube group, which is going to be changing drastically as far as content, from me at least. And other SMD family members are in there too. So that link, that will be in there shortly. After I end this video, I'll add the link in there. I'll add all the stuff you need in. If you can click on there, you want to join next level of talks and things of that nature, you can come on over there. It's a different kind of talking up in there when I have it. Usually at 6, we have agreed at 6 o'clock will be live times, whatever day I choose, right? So if I say, hey, it's going to be tomorrow, Saturday, everybody's going to know that it's going to be at 6 o'clock. Okay. So that's just the time, right? So I appreciate you guys all jumping in. Thank you very much. You guys have a wonderful Friday. It's just Friday. Not thank God it's Friday. It's just Friday. Saturday, tomorrow Saturday, it's just gonna be Saturday. Saturday is not special. It's just a day. I promise you. It's just a day. Same thing that goes with Sunday. It's just Sunday. Monday's not evil. It's just Monday. Okay, it's just Wednesday is not hump day Wednesday. Everybody skips over Tuesday for some reason. But hump day Wednesday, it's just Wednesday. Don't put a name to it. Okay. All right. Because when you say things like that, thank God it's Friday, hump day, Wednesday, dreading Monday, you're telling the world that you hate your job. You hate where you work. And since you hate, because only people in debt work at places they hate. Okay. That's it. That's why you dread those days. But anyway, it's the weekend. Okay, Doc, man. Okay, yeah, you can check it out, Quentin. I'm sorry you missed it too, sir. Catch the replay. Leave a comment. Let me know how you liked it. This is a special one. At least it's special for me because things are going to change for me. Got the right people vibrating in my life, and so things are changing for me because I'm making them change by humbling myself and facing that fear, because it's always something. And I'm gonna leave you guys with this real quick. Anytime you feel fear, you turn around and face it because it's trying to tell you something. Every time I face my fears, there's always something more beautiful on the other side of it. Every time. All right. You guys have a wonderful Friday. Until next time. See you later.